I was going to do that.
What's up, everybody? It's the Heavy Drinking Podcast, back for episode number 20, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
2-0.
Yeah, we're starting to get in our groove here, letting episodes out more frequently, which is nice.
Weekly.
They get more exciting each time for me. I'm particularly excited about this one because we have a special guest in-house, Johnny Kraszewski. Do you like John or Johnny?
You said it right. You're good.
Johnny
I like it.
Kraszewski.
Yes.
Brewer, owner, operator, cool bearded dude from Armada Brewing Company.
Does everything.
Yeah. Delivery man.
Yeah. I just learned about the delivery practices.
You're here. He's here. You're here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm stoked on this. I'm
You're
in a
welcome.
dope-ass basement. I didn't know what I was going to get myself into, but I'm pretty stoked on this one.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not bad, right? It's more than we deserve.
The disco lights are what really attracts my attention right now.
Yes.
I'm like, I can't take my eyes off them.
Half of them are
It's just too
Bluetooth.
good to be true.
Bluetooth activated
Yeah.
from my voice.
For my phone.
Oh.
But
Dan's here hanging out too. Just
No
wanna
time to
shout
play with
that out.
Hey, Dan, can you hear us?
no, he doesn't get a microphone or headphones.
Ears to hear. I just like to see your face over there. It makes me feel good.
You kind of look like a young Tony Romo.
He does.
It's not an insult.
Even the shoulder.
Yeah, and yeah, and you're injured.
Oh shit.
But yeah, let's recap the week since we met last. Paulo, what have you been up to?
Nothing.
No?
Absolutely nothing.
Jerking off.
Yeah, well, of
Plenty.
course. Yeah, we do. That
You got
gets
your,
done.
you got your Run DMC
His wife's at
shirt
work
on,
all day.
I see.
I do what?
His wife's at work all day.
Said you
Yeah,
got
my
your,
wife's at work
said you got your Run DMC shirt on.
I do. I just pulled it out of the dirty pile because I didn't think it smelled bad yet.
You can get like 5 or 4 uses out of that one. Before.
Yeah, I wore it for
Anyone
like
notices.
I think 45 minutes 3 or 4 days ago. So
Oh, that's clean.
yeah,
Jay's taking off his shirt now.
I actually just realized I'm repping 3 different breweries in my wardrobe.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Black
Yeah,
Hog,
Black Hog, Armada, and
New England. Ooh, you look pretty
Look
good
at
in
you.
that rainbow Coriolis.
Coriolis.
Thank you.
I like
There's
it.
many different colors of the
Rainbow.
Coriolis rainbow. Don't be afraid to let your colors shine.
I thought you were just trying to tell us you were gay.
Well, that's from South Park,
Nothing
right?
wrong with that.
There's many different colors of the homo rainbow. Dave, how was your week?
Good. Not too exciting.
No? Did you
No.
work at all?
I was supposed to work on Monday, and I got to the shoot at Yale, and the guy never cleared it with Yale to actually shoot there, so I had to just turn around and go home.
Didn't you do a show at the
What were you supposed to shoot?
This dude was doing a presentation at Yale Law, and he wanted to shoot the presentation so he could share it with other people. And Yale said, "Yeah, no, we don't do that. You have to like go through channels and get it approved."
I mean,
So-
why would you
Did
just
you show
pick
up
that?
with all your equipment?
Oh yeah.
And like the security guard was like, nope.
Just showed up.
No,
just
security
filming
guard
people.
had no idea about anything. So he sent me to like whoever does public relations or public affairs or whatever.
what was he using the video for?
Promotion. Just he wanted like a little short video so he can be like, this is kind of what I do if he wants to do other schools and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you meant he was a student.
No. He was an author.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, so I just turned around, went home, and then sent him an invoice.
Did he still pay you?
Free
Oh
money.
fuck yeah!
Yeah, right.
I mean, not full rate, but
That's funny.
Johnny, what's your week been like?
Busy. Brewing. Distributing. We just canned up some beers this last week. Canned up Fortunator, Curse King, Neptune Zagger. So we have just been hustling. Last week we brewed too. We brewed up our Love IPA collaboration with Erector
Pretty
Brewing.
excited about that one.
Yeah, it's going to be
The
sexy.
last one was fucking delicious.
Yeah, that was our New Haven IPA. Speaking of Yale. Sorry. Ale. We can't say the Y part of that one.
I saw that can on the website. I thought that was really cool logo.
Yeah, and we haven't got a C and D yet, so we're waiting for it. One of these days, I think we're going to push the limits on this next one. We're going to do it again. Actually, there's going to be another 200 cases of it coming out soon, so we're probably guaranteed on that one. But yeah, we got those 3 beers coming out, or that just came out. Distributed them all this week. We're all out. I think we have a couple cases of Fortunator left. So next week we're canning up the Love. It's IPA with hibiscus flowers, El Dorado, Vic's Secret, and Machueca. Nice. Past that, and also we're canning up the White Storm Pale Ale, Simcoe, Mosaic, Citra. Fun one. Use a bunch of wheat in that guy.
Nice. I was gonna say good because when you said you were all out, I was gonna say that's gonna be very deflating for anybody who's listening to the rest of the podcast.
No, we try to keep plenty of beer in the brewery, but we're all out for like distro people. Yeah. We should say we're out of Bikini Island, Castaway, completely in the brewery, but I don't think there's any out on the market anymore. People have been loving the Bikini, 10% triple IPA.
Damn. Dude, I cracked a can of that last night and it was friggin' phenomenal.
So
I couldn't believe it was a triple.
Yeah, I kind of worked up the line for today. So like we do 4 of them, then we hit the bangers and kind of slow our way down later. So that's number 5 in line for tonight.
Nice.
We're gonna do that one again. Actually, I was very nervous about the reception on that one. Didn't think people were gonna go for a triple, but it was kind of more of the same exact reception. It's like, holy shit, this is a triple IPA. We do use lactose sugar in that too.
Really?
Yeah, to kind of like balance out that body. Because, triple IPA is going to be, in theory, you would think it'd be boozy. But we wanted something out to like round out the mouthfeel, kind of give it more of complexity, and it kind of showcases a lot of the malt character to it as well. It's all Mosaic too, so that's like everybody's favorite
Mosaic.
hop.
I do love Mosaic. I love Mosaic.
Who does your artwork? This rainbow of cans in front of us is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the consistency with all the labels.
Your branding is.
I've
said it to you before. It's some of the best I've seen.
Thank you. I think, one of the things envisioned was like, that's so important, I think, for any brewery starting out, is keeping your branding tight. But Mighty Few in Chicago, they were friends of friends through the Brewers Network out there that was recommended to me, and they reached out, and I sat down with them. They did all the work. They also do like Goose Island, Penrose, Brickstone, Revolution, a lot of big names in the Chicago area. So they definitely have a reputation. Cool. I was very humbled that they wanted to take on Armada, and they've just been straight slaying it.
Yeah, they're really nice looking.
Thank you. We're going to start over here?
From my left, you're right.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So while I pour this, because I didn't mean to skip you, Jeff, what was your week like?
I had a fucking massive week. I did nonstop beer shit.
Tell me more.
I had nonstop beer shit.
Yeah.
The
last 48 hours have been pretty difficult.
Yeah, last Friday, I went up to Maine. I went up to Portland, stopped at Treehouse on the way. I've never been there before. It's a fucking gorgeous campus, and got some great beers. I got to go to Allagash. I got to go to Bissell Brothers. I got to go to a bunch of other breweries that are on that same street. Portland's fucking killing it for beer and breweries. They're like everywhere. It was a really cool trip. And and then we went out on, what was it? Wednesday night?
Wednesday.
Yeah. So Jay, it was your birthday this week on Thursday.
Yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
Thank
to
you.
And so we kind of we had a podcast meeting.
Don't pour that all for yourself, dude.
I'm not. I'm hanging
Well, I have to.
We had
I have a full glass.
Gimme.
I started early with the Curse King. It's actually, spoiler alert, it's fucking delicious.
We had a podcast meeting on Wednesday.
You want some of your own beer?
Then
Well,
it turned
what
into
about
Jay's
you?
birthday.
All right, good. Yeah, I'll take some.
Yeah, you guys ended.
And
Because
there's
I
like 3 more
left.
cans.
I left that early. You guys ended
you
up.
got your own can.
We ended up back at my house drinking Treehouse until 2:30 in the morning.
That was my question. So we left. You guys left the dewdrop, and then Jeff and I stayed till they made us leave.
Right.
Which
And
was
then
like 10 minutes.
Pretty
in.
common.
And then Jeff was like, "Let's go back to my house and drink Trios." And I was like, "Okay."
That's like an offer that you just really can't
And
refuse.
what time did we drink though?
Probably about 2:30 left, I think.
Can I just say, I have.
No, I left at
have,
6:15 in the morning.
Well, eventually you left the parking
Well,
lot.
the parking lot.
That's when you first looked at your phone. 86 text messages later.
Starting my 37th year off yesterday I was in pretty rough shape.
I barfed in the tub.
I have so much respect for you guys.
Because you couldn't aim for the toilet?
Yeah,
or?
'cause I looked at the toilet and I was like, that's too tight of a
Too
target.
narrow.
That's just too. That
The
was like
smell of
that
the
was like-
toilet when you're leaning over into it, you don't want to engage in. It just makes it worse.
that was like trying to blast womp rats back home in my T15.
I have so much respect for you guys because when I left the bar, I thought they were kicking us out. You two were talking. I could just feel the stinging pain in the back of my neck, and I turn around, and it's like the owner's eyes burning into me.
No, I
I
mean
was like, all right, guys, see it. They turn all the lights.
No,
She
the
asked
owner
us
wasn't,
if
the
we
owner
wanted-
wasn't there.
She asked us if we wanted more beers. We're not going to say no.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah, we were
didn't know
drinking
what I was
Captain's.
drinking.
I was drinking Captain's Dog.
I had an Elysian something. It was like a
yeah.
whatever.
Can I burp into the microphone?
Absolutely.
Please.
Cool.
You can do anything you want. Anything goes.
So
I don't have a good burp
Biggest
sound
smile
drop yet.
on your
so-
face after that.
So I
Dub that shit.
I picked up like 150 worth at Treehouse, and then I picked up 150 worth of stuff from Maine too. So there's a Maine episode going to be coming up too.
Oh yeah. So we're trying to do like all 50 states is kind of our goal.
Yeah, Maine, Portland.
Yeah,
in
Portland
particular
was sick.
is fucking killing it,
It was
in
awesome.
terms of beers. Bissell,
Bissell was
Allagash.
amazing.
We've
What's the one like right across the street from Allagash?
Foundation.
Yeah, I
Holy
actually have a foundation. I
smokes.
brought one of those back.
Yeah, we went into the tap room and every beer on their roster was fire.
Yeah,
we've
And
told
they're
this.
tiny. They're really
Oh
tiny.
yeah, they're very small.
Foundation in particular. is
Bissell
really,
used to
really
be in
small.
that building.
Yeah,
No way.
Yeah, they were in that building where Foundation and
Bissell's massive.
there's
now.
another one there though. Foundation.
There's
and-
like 6 breweries in that building.
yeah. There
Yeah.
was
The one
two.
across
They're
from
all
Allagash.
within that like corridor area.
Yeah.
of,
Well, yeah,
like,
Bissell used to
workspace.
be not where Foundation is, but the other brewery.
I
that
was
there.
surprised how
Huge.
big Allagash was. It was massive.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, I was really surprised how
They
big
don't even charge
Treehouse
you for
was.
beer.
Nope,
They're like,
it's
come
awesome.
in, we give you a free taster, or you can get a tour.
I went up
with
on
tasting.
vacation, and a dude I used to work with at Starbucks is a brewer there. So I messaged him, and he was like, "Yeah, just let me know." He was actually away, but people were waiting for us when we got there. They took us on our own private tour. It was sick.
Hell yeah! Did you go into the barrel room?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, it smells amazing.
It's ridiculous.
And
I
you see
didn't
the
take a tour.
clear.
It's so funny too, though, because you think about like going to a brewery and like working at the homebrew shop. How many hops we had in that freezer?
Yeah.
And so I was like waiting to see what they had, but they're like a Belgian brewery, and they don't use that many hops.
Will Lamette.
Seriously, there was like
Chet
no
Nang.
hops in their cooler. I was like, yeah, that's literally
that's
what they
it.
had.
5%
It was
alpha. That's
it was
it.
ridiculous. I was like, okay, I guess it makes sense, but
Yeah.
just the size of this building, I was expecting so much.
It's a
more.
really big building. I'm not like the hugest fan of Belgians, but I just wanted to see it because it's fucking.
well, their
Allagash.
sour shit too. The whole separate facility. Did they
The
show?
cool
They
ship
didn't have any of that
series.
for me. They only had there was
They
a
took
map
us over to
40.
the
They just
sour
made the
building,
map
too.
40 like a couple days before that, and that was like a stout, but it's like a Belgian stout. It was weird. I tried that, but then there wasn't really anything sour.
I
on
did
it.
a beer with coffee when I was there. It was fucking awesome.
Map 40 has coffee.
Is that what it was? Oh, yeah.
I must say though, like if I go into a bar, the Allagash, what is it? The white.
Wait,
If I see that on draft, I just know.
Pass.
Fuck you. No, that's it would be like I'm gonna get that because I know it's a light beer. I can like prep that up to my like drinking, my night of drinking.
No, it's a good beer.
Yeah.
I'm not like hating on that beer. I just don't like that style really.
You suck.
as everybody knows, I only have ever always drank IPAs, so I'm gonna keep doing that.
Yeah,
right
Well,
now.
Snob.
we've told this story. No, we've told this story a few times recently, but because it's so fresh and new, he
that's
just
delicious.
started liking IPAs. All he drank for like
For-
10 years was Guinness.
Actually,
Took his
I was
this,
gonna say
off
maybe
is
even
what he
more.
did.
Yeah,
Not
There's,
even
like
stout.
Guinness. It's like just
Guinness.
straight up Guinness.
That's
For
why
10
we have the
years.
Guinness lighting in here. He collected it from all the events he went to.
No, this is like maybe 2 months.
No,
of
not
you
even.
liking IPAs or less.
I'd say maybe a month.
No, it's been more than that. When did we do green?
Green was
January.
January something. So
Oh, something like
Yeah.
Pretty recent.
Yeah, because I think episode 7 or 8 we did IPA, and I think you said, "Well, it's an IPA, so I'm gonna fucking hate it."
yeah.
Before you even tried it, you're like, "Oh, I fucking hate it."
I did at the time.
One
But he
star.
can't get enough. He can't get enough now. He's like,
Now I'm puking on fucking double IPAs from Treehouse.
Well, there was a turning point that we can't talk about in the podcast.
Nope, but we could talk about it off the podcast.
But since that turning point,
you know,
However, now as an
Just you-
IPA expert palate, this is a delicious fucking beer you got here.
Thank you very much.
I love it.
tell us about this beer.
yeah, what is this? So this is the Curse King.
This is the Curse King. This was our first beer we ever launched, January 20th of 2017. Since then, it's been brewed 2 other times. This most recent rendition you have right here is, I believe, is going to be the final version of it. We've kind of, over time, messed around with the hop bitterness to mouthfeel. kind of interesting words to use there. But it's a Simcoe Amarillo, double dry hopped IPA. Pretty simple. It's a 2-row Carahel and a little bit of wheat in there as well. Or sorry, not wheat, oats, about like 5%. In the boil, Columbus up front, Simcoe Amarillo at the end. Dry hopped at 2 pounds per barrel of Simcoe and Amarillo. And we just run with it. We wanted something that was light, not going to be too bitter on the palate, kind of something more approachable for your basic craft beer, I say beginner craft beer consumer, but something that was also attractable to the, let's call them the craft beer geeks. Something that kind of met their
Jeff.
palate as well. Yes.
I'm a geek. I've always been a geek.
It kept it super simple. And kind of the next beer in line here, we're probably going to drink soon. The Fortunator is kind of more like, I like to put it as the amped up version of the King. Like the King represents he's the captain of the ship, and the Fortunators are his crew on this ship. And they're like the ones that are all pumped up and ready to fucking slay ass. So that one is, yeah.
So
slay ass.
your boat is about banging chicks.
Well,
Yes.
it's their Armada,
That's awesome.
right?
Yes,
So-
Armada. You know, we try to keep,
I thought it
Tell
was
us
about like
your
taking over.
brewery.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Countries not banging
where did
chicks.
you get the inspiration for the name of the brewery?
You know, we wanted to attract a customer in more than just the beer aspect, but more of in I'll say I just smoked a lot of weed, and I came up with this
All
story.
All right.
Maybe you'll start liking IPAs all of a sudden.
So we wanted to engage our customers in a little bit more than just the beer, but also give them a storyline and something to talk about rather than just the beer.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about beer can become boring after a while.
Yes.
So let's
Let's start a podcast about it.
Yeah.
Fuck you too. Anyways, so we wanted to give them a storyline to talk about. So we introduced these characters, these settings, these themes. You know, you'll see by the names where we wanted to get them engaged. We don't really tell the story per se, but we introduce characters, settings, items, whatever it may be, kind of like a role playing game of beer, let's say, in a way.
That's
but
fucking cool, actually. I didn't
yeah.
even think of that.
Yeah. So the Armada, the name kind of came from. It honestly came from me playing a video game about ships, and I heard a song use the word Armada. I was like, "Oh, I know that word. I've recognized it." And
What game?
That's proprietary information.
Yeah, I cannot disclose that. But the song, it was actually a Coheed and Cambria song that I heard the word. It was "Welcome Home," and they said like "Scar the
such a
Armada."
good song.
Boner every time I hear it. But I heard the word Armada, and I was like, man, that's a fucking really good name. Let me see if anybody has that. No one had the name.
That's the name of. Oh no, maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was the name of his
His albums?
not the albums. The what does he do? The graphic novels.
I don't know if he has that.
He does have graphic novels
I
about
don't.
the same storyline.
Yeah.
I thought it had something to do with
Yeah,
Armada, but-
Welcome Home. That whole album was pretty stellar. I listened to it a lot at that time. Are you going to pull it up right now?
Yeah, I think the CD might be in that.
Dude,
over there.
I love Coheed.
Oh God, stellar. We're actually trying to find out. There you go.
Fucking such a
trying
good
to find
one.
like tickets to their shows. They're not even on tour. They're holding back on us right now. But anyways, and then from there was more of like the creative mind of just making up characters, making up names, fun. The Bikini Island one is kind of a reference to what's currently, well, not currently, U.S. history, but also something that could have been relevant at the time, you know.
It's about to be current, I think.
Yes.
What is it about?
Bikini Island's really tested atomic bombs and shit.
Oh, really?
Nuclear bombs, yes.
That just makes me think of SpongeBob for some reason.
You should make like a chess game out of this.
Bikini,
You know
Bikini
what?
Bottom.
We're actually going to make a card game. That's actually one of our goals.
Nice.
Yes, where you
Oh,
can
no shit.
collect cards and things like that. I probably shouldn't cut that out. Cut that out now. No.
we can beep it.
This one's a little more bitter. It's really good though.
Yeah, so that's
it's
the idea.
higher. This is higher in booze.
So 6.6 on the Curse King, 8% on the Fortunator. We also use a little bit of corn sugar in there to kind of dry out the body. It's definitely amped up in terms of the hop bitterness. This is calculated at 95 IBUs. I'd like to seriously get it tested at a lab and see what they pull through on it. But I'm pretty comfortable with the calculations we've been getting on our brew house. And I got to burp soon. I feel like it's going to come, but
Do it.
Like I said, I need a good sound drop for a burp. So
Dude,
I'll give
all
it
the
to you
times
one day.
This
Jim,
is really
Jim
good.
burped on the episode when Jim Lepresti was here.
Yeah.
He burped like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking pounding beers at this point.
I like the Chris King, but I think I like this more.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you like everything that comes through your palate tonight. One thing about with all the recipes, caramel malt was like a very popular thing that you used back in the day on like West Coast American IPAs, and we've really dialed it back. Curse King and Fortunator both contain a caramel malt. It's Carahel, whatever the Wireman's version of it is. It's like 20 Lebovon, but we use a really small percentage in there to kind of give it that sweetness, but not overwhelm you, so the hops can really shine through.
Pretty sure it's called Carahel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Carahel too. Yeah. But yeah, this one on the Fortunator is Simcoe and Chinook. I feel like Chinook is kind of one of those hops that no one's fucking using, or they're just not telling you.
I know
but
said
it's fire.
Mosaic was my favorite hop, but Chinook was my first love.
Yeah, don't cheat on her.
Do you ever have customers that come into the brewery that are as knowledgeable in this stuff as you are,
I would say.
or like pretend to be? Is probably what I mean.
So I personally, I try to engage with our customers as much as possible.
Yeah.
Every customer that walks through the door, I want to thank them for one, supporting or being a patron of Armada, and also like give them the knowledge. So when they come in and they're looking at like what we have available for can releases, I try to break down, what hops we used in it, what they're expecting, so they go home and they're just not like let down right away.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I don't work the tap room at our place right now. So I'm not always there, but we try to be very informative with like listing the hops on our website as well as the tap lists. Though it's not on the chalkboard, we've been now like doing printout lists of what hops are contained in the beers. I do think a lot of our beers right now attract to a lot of the beer geeks, more than the macro beer drinkers and let's call them like the core craft people. Kind of drink craft beer, but still drink a lot of macro beer. I think a lot of our demographic is definitely of those beer geeks that are out seeking our beers. For one, we don't make a lot of beer. We're only at, I think we did like 200 barrels in our first year, so it's really tiny amount. And now that like people kind of know what's going on, we don't have enough beer out there to kind of make that like billboard-esque type of like floor, let's say shelf space. So when someone goes into a store, we're probably taking up maybe 3 or 4 lanes of that shelf, and someone doesn't know who we are, they're probably not going to buy it. They're going to go for maybe their Allagash White or their Coriolis or whatever is popular. Headway. That's kind of popular right now in the state.
Great beer.
Yeah, and great. Dude, Headway's fucking solid. But a lot of, with that demographic following us, we are currently selling out a lot in the places that we do drop off to. This year, we have a goal of producing a lot more beer. We did 200 barrels in our first year. We've actually are about to surpass 200 barrels in our first 2 months.
Nice.
So that's
You added some fermenters on though, right?
we did. We got we have 2 15s that we currently own. We're producing in 2 other 30 barrels, and we do anticipate. Can you turn that fucking TV down?
Oh, it's back on again.
Christ.
I'm sorry.
Dude, your Pornhub is fucking just killing the fucking vibe right now.
You know what it was? I pressed pause, and I think it only pauses
It only
for
records
so
us for
long.
30 minutes.
I was like, what is that noise?
I know. I did too. I was like, I didn't play anything. What the fuck?
Dan, you're the one without headphones. You should be on that.
Way to fucking
I
slack
didn't
off.
hear it. I didn't know what it was.
It's off now, right?
But
yeah.
anyways,
Yeah, that's right.
so
Sorry. Sorry, man. Continue.
we got the 230 barrels we're producing in, and we our goal is to produce about somewhere between 40 barrels a month. Our first year's goals were to produce 12 beers in our 12 beers in our first year. That was my goal. I was like, I want to produce a beer every single month. We surpassed that. We did a couple collaborations too. We did 12 core beers, plus we did a collaboration with Erector, the ale, as well as a collaboration with Bad Sons or Candy Castle, which people loved it.
I just asked. We were there the other day. I asked him about it because I didn't know if it had come out yet or if it was coming out. And he was like,
gone.
It was gone in like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, people keep asking us to make it again, and it's not going to happen. I just couldn't tell you what we added to it. We just kind of winged it.
I had it, thankfully, because I wasn't able to get there to buy it, but Dan picks them up, so he shared some with me, which is
I
nice.
have one can left.
Motherfucker.
I just want to point out that Dan has to pretty much drive by my house to get to wherever he's going from Bad Sons, right? So he could have just dropped some off.
Yeah. It
was very
It's my own fucking
Hey,
brother.
Dan,
He didn't give me any.
The
He gave it
door
to
is
Jay.
right there, man. Don't let the door hit
This
you.
is like on the way though.
So, we wanted to do that. I surpassed that first goal, and now my goal for this year is to, bring out the first 12 beers plus a lot more. I want to work a lot more on collaborations, working with local Connecticut breweries. At this point, I don't think the camaraderie. I don't know if it's camaraderie. I don't want to work with a lot of outside of the state breweries. I really want to work with what's inside of our state. Work with a lot of these like up and coming breweries, as well as some that have been established. There's a lot of great breweries that plan to open up in this state that just, I would be more than glad to give them a stepping stone to become recognized or get their name out there. We have a small amount of followers that follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. But whatever I can do to help those smaller breweries trying to make it up and bring recognition to them, I really want to work with those type of people. I also want to work with some of the established guys too and do some collaborations. I have 2 15 barrels that I'm willing to dedicate to collaborations and one-offs. We're about to launch we haven't told anybody online, so I guess fuck it, we'll sell it here tonight.
All right.
Big announcement.
Let's hear it.
Can you bring one of those breaking news audios right now?
Yeah.
I will not speak
Look it
until,
up.
Jay
I will not
does,
speak until you bring it up.
Jay's done that exact breaking news bulletin in other episodes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna launch a second, like a series of beers. It's called the Privateers. How they really fall into the line. The Privateers are the bounty hunters that are out there seeking out motherfuckers who just are not paying up. So the Privateers are going to be a core collection of like one-off beers that we're going to do and be completely experimental. Kind of wing the beers. Winging sounds bad and people probably don't want to buy them, but we're going to just be really experimental with them and do things that really don't fall into our core lineup. Right now we do a lot of like pale ale and IPA focused beers. We do throw out like the IPAs and the coffee porter, which I did want to, and also a saison, which I wanted to show people like, we do make other beers, but I think IPAs are really the driving factor in this industry right now.
Sure.
And there's so much more I personally believe there's a lot of more creativity in the IPA realm right now. There's so many interesting hops that are coming out. Hop farmers are intentionally growing hops for IPA brewers to experiment with, and we didn't want to restrict ourselves really, with just making 2 or 3 core beers and that's it. The idea was throw out as many different IPA variations we can do and go from there. You guys can talk, by the way. Cut me the fuck off.
No.
You're the best, man.
We're all very interested.
I've always said the more IPAs, the better.
So,
From a non-IPA
am I
drinker.
wrong? I could have sworn I saw you post something about Widmer.
Yes. So back in June, we entered the Brewbound Startup Brewery Challenge number 8. They gave us opportunity to pitch our brand, our beers, for 4 minutes on stage. Maybe it was 4 minutes. It seemed a lot quicker. So we pitched our brand, pitched our beers. They had them. We competed against 5 other breweries. I can't remember all of them. But we ended up winning that. We got a nice little hefty $5,000 check to kind of spur the growth of our brand, as well as win the opportunity to go out to Portland, sit down with Widmer and the whole craft brewing alliance or craft beer alliance. I can't remember what it is. Sat down there. We had a great time. Me and Mike went out there for 3 days, checked out Widmer, their whole operation. It's freaking immaculate what they got going on. It's unreal. You can top me off. Don't hold out.
They're in Portland? I didn't see them when I was
no.
out there.
So they're in Portland, Oregon,
Oh,
not
sorry.
Maine. Portland, Oregon. We flew out there. The flight was okay. I personally felt weird because I like to fly Southwest. That's I guess you call it a plug for them there. I personally like to fly Southwest, but it was the first
Southwest pass.
time. Yeah, I ended up flying somebody else for the first time in a long time, and I really miss Southwest. But anyways, went out there, 3 days, brewed a beer with them. It was called the PDX Experiment, and they really. I hope that was a good. Oh shit.
it was.
Okay. Made these. We brought kind of like we wanted to bring our style of like, I guess you call it New England IPA, whatever the fuck you want to call it, IPAs to them. Our formation of how we do water chemistry as well as malt formulations and hop formulations, and bring it to them. And they were totally on board with it. They gave their input, and they also have like these resources that are unreal. You know, we were able to work with hops that we probably never get a hold of, as well as get to learn a lot about what they got going on and ask them questions that maybe people would never share with, businesses would never share with you.
I'm going to take you up on an offer stopping you.
Yeah,
Is
please
this
do.
Is this a joke? Are we joking?
What's this? There's something wrong with it.
This is fucking delicious, dude. Like, first of all, coming out of the can, this looks like Tropicana. Like fresh, not even Tropicana. Like
Mott's applesauce.
if you got, all right, this is the best way I can explain. If you got like go in your fridge.
Can you tell everyone what you're pouring?
Yeah, what was that?
Neptune's dagger.
Neptune's
All
dagger.
right, all right, do this. Run to the fridge, grab the orange juice carton, shake the shit out of it, and then like
Drank it already.
Came out.
sorry, shake the shit out of it, and then pour it into a glass. That's what it looks like coming out of the glass. It tastes amazing.
Thank you.
It looks literally like
I gave you guys a low fill can on that one too. So
You son of a bitch.
I watched Jay pour it out, and like I was smiling as he's pouring it out because it's like that gleeful feeling you had as a kid when your mom would pour out orange juice for you.
This one makes me want to dance.
This is good.
this was
The aroma is sick.
yeah.
What is that?
Machueca and Mosaic. So I'll be honest with you guys. So out of all the cans you got tonight, that was like the one low fill can. I thought you guys were gonna ding it. So that was the end of the run where like it becomes like sludgy, and I'm like, nope, cut it off, and they do it. But if you like it,
No,
you
this
like
is
it.
amazing.
Thank you.
I kind of like the sludge.
More of this.
It's a big, it's a
No,
bigger
there's no. I
mouthfeel.
don't think there's any sludge.
More of this.
No, you
No,
got to
when we
roll
were-
the can, right? That's what they
Well,
say.
when we were at Bad Sons the other night for your birthday.
Yeah.
When we were having, I had a what was it, dubious draft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a little clear, and you said that sometimes beer settles, and sometimes you get stuff.
It's
that's-
definitely clearer than that has been in the past.
Yeah, and then I've seen it. And I was making a joke like I want to be here on the day when right before the keg kicks, so like I get
Get
like
the sludge.
extra pulp.
Extra.
Because I like orange juice with extra pulp. So I'm like, I probably
think-
like my beer with extra pulp.
There's a difference between bits of orange and yeast chunks.
I know. It was a joke. But
Also,
this is good.
fucking, can I
was a good
just
one.
Dump that
throw
one.
this out there? Fucking Hail Satan and Slayer's gonna quit. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, it's kind of stuff they're doing.
Way
there's-
to kill my vibe, bro.
We're coming back to you.
We're coming back. Yeah, we definitely
I
do
thought this
offshoots.
was about me. We
No, I'm-
do have some interesting topics on the board, though.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely hit them. But let's jump into a topic like Slayer.
Well,
Yeah,
Slayer will lead us into.
Mohegan Sun in June, I think.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to that for sure. I haven't seen how
Jay,
much the tickets
tickets are
are.
on you.
I think they're
Say
like
what?
65.
You're gonna buy
Oh,
general
that's,
admission.
dude, I thought they were gonna be like
Buy us all
400.
tickets.
You're gonna buy
No,
all
I
our
think
tickets.
there's. I think,
yeah,
there's,
for
I think
sure.
they're sold out already. So good luck.
Oh well, I'll get them on eBay. That's
I would
fine.
never pay to see Slayer.
Dude, you're crazy. Slayer's fucking at least once before they die.
I'm gonna piss blood on you.
that happened to me at
That-
bar.
that's a Guar show. That's.
Oh, sorry.
How much are the tickets? Did you look?
He
I
said
think
they're
they were
sold
like
out.
65 general admission, but I think
okay,
they're sold
that's
out
not
already.
bad. I was gonna say that's the most I'm willing to pay for anyone.
Yeah, I would definitely.
60,
I'm definitely gonna go.
65.
And Anthrax is playing too.
I,
so.
I was thinking like it's their end. It's
It's
gonna be
it's a
like
good bill.
$150 or something.
Behemoth, I think.
That's
I
essentially
think Testament was on there. Too.
Yeah,
They're old
Testament
as shit.
too.
I mean,
that's
they've-
essentially the
they've been-
beer you're all you guys are going for.
But
right?
they're still fucking.
They've
Slayer.
been going at it for a long time. You know.
I mean, like our ad says, what's better than getting drunk and listening to Slayer? But
Oh yeah, you did say that.
We are nothing if we're not drinking and dick jokes. I just got to go on record saying drinking beer and listening to a Tribe Called Quest is equally as good.
Ooh.
I mean, Slayer's more of a meth band, but beer's cool too. But I wanted to say R.I.P. to Slayer because I wanted to use that segue to talk about whatever the Satanic Abortion is on the board. What is the deal?
There's a
Give us
satanic
a scoop on this one, man.
a satanic
That
temple.
sounds like it's gonna get juicy.
Satanic Temple challenges Missouri's abortion law on religious grounds. There will be a showdown with Satan on Tuesday in the Missouri Supreme Court. Not with Lucifer himself, but with a group called the Satanic Temple that is going to bat for a woman identified as Mary Doe. She contends the state's informed consent law, which required her to wait 72 hours before having an abortion in May 2015, violated her religious beliefs. And it goes on to say some other stuff, but I don't want to read it all. I could.
No.
First off,
Yeah, no.
That's pretty much the story.
if you want to, whatever the fuck you
I
want to
just-
do, you should be able to do it.
That's
Fuck
Satanism.
these states and telling people what they can do with their body.
Yeah, the guy from the Satanic Temple, Jex Blackmore. Oh, it's
course
a
it
woman,
is.
a spokeswoman.
Of course it
The,
is.
sta-
Jax
the state has
Blackmore.
essentially established a religious indoctrination program intended to push a single ideological viewpoint.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with when you argue that it's against your religious freedoms to not perform abortions. Well, it's against somebody else's religious freedoms to not get one. So you can't have it both ways. And why does one win over the other? That's the problem.
Man, you
Who's
really-
to say whose religion is
Exactly.
is
So
more
let's stop
important
listening
than
to all the
others?
fucking kooks.
I'm just saying, if you're comparing, the satanic people are a little more into freedom than the Christian people
Yeah.
are.
I love that it's literally
Ironically
like
enough.
Satanism taking on Christianity.
Well,
at this
I mean,
point.
the
I
whole
killed
thing
like
is-
3 babies before I got here tonight.
Yeah.
Satanism, like as a real thing, has nothing to do with the devil. Really, it's just about like fucking living your goddamn
The
life however
earth
you
and
want
shit,
to.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. They never tell you
it's a
that.
philosophy. It's not a religion.
They never tell you that when you go to heaven.
He has a PhD in Satanism over here.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, the book of like
Satan?
Anton LaVey's like book is not really about Satan. It's about fucking carnal knowledge and fucking doing what you want.
Yeah. You know what? It's all good and fine. You do everything right in your life to go to heaven, and then when you get there, and heaven's gates open, and it's just a bunch of hot women in bikinis, and then you find out that
Are they all
there's no
virgins?
such thing as contraception in heaven. Yeah. There's condoms in hell.
But they're spiked.
It
on the
doesn't
inside.
matter.
On the
Like they have
inside.
holes
Doesn't
poked in
matter.
them.
It's like in
Oh.
7.
Speaking of
Yeah, it's like those like in 7.
speaking of, not to turn hard or anything, but the Ibuprofen Balls thing that was up on the board.
Oh, that's adult. You can't just talk about that without.
Man,
I forgot to put the AA.
see, I kind of messed that up.
It's okay.
We probably
was
should have
scared.
done it for satanic abortion, to be honest.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that the people that
That
complain,
is Hall & Oates, by the way.
the people that complain,
Hull and Oats.
people that complain about things messing up their sperm production or fertility or whatever, are the same guys that don't want kids. So
They're,
I
they're
don't-
the same guys that are getting scrotox. I know that.
Yeah.
Botox? Is that
Yeah,
really
that's
exist?
Yeah,
yeah.
heard
We're
of
talking
this?
about that on one of our episodes.
You can get the-
Botox for your
You
scrotum.
can get the wrinkles out of your balls.
I just always found that funny. The same guy was always like, "Bro, you can't drink Mountain Dew. It's got yellow 5 and it's gonna fuck up you. You can't produce sperm.
Your balls are gonna
Yeah, that same guy, like, hey man, when are you gonna have kids? Fuck kids, bro. I'm not trying to have kids. I'm like, well, fucking drink them.
balls.
Yeah, go stock up on Mountain Dew, you moron.
So this headline says that ibuprofen use linked to male infertility. A new study suggests.
Good. I'll fucking. I got a
That
headache.
was it?
I think that's the whole thing.
I got a headache. Is it
Did
because
you come quick on that one?
is it because when you take it you can't feel your dick anymore, so you can't have sex?
Are you saying guys should take?
I've tried taking a lot of ibuprofen and not feel my dick, and it did not work.
So wait, you took a bunch of ibuprofen and had to feel your dick? Is what you're saying?
I was trying to.
You're trying to not feel your dick and you had to feel
I
it.
thought it was Viagra, man.
You're not supposed to snort it either.
So if you take an Advil a day, is that like male birth control?
Well, Advil's not ibuprofen, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Advil
it's
is
acetaminophen. Acetaminophen or something like that.
That's
Proxy.
Tylenol.
No, Tylenol.
Oh, I'm thinking of Aleve.
Yeah, yeah.
That's for periods.
No, Aleve isn't for periods.
Somebody just spit their beer out right now. I'm not going to say who.
I have my period though.
Yeah.
All right, so this next beer is Castaway Beach.
Yes, 7.5% Imperial Pale Ale. That is Citra and Amarillo the whole way through. Orgasm.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop acting amazed. These are all fucking amazing.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you, Paulo?
They're all amazing.
I told you they were going to be good. I said, and not to like compare, but like, so Jeff
Don't
just
say
got,
it.
What?
Don't say it.
Why?
Because it's just don't say it.
Just don't do it.
No, not to compare, but Jeff just got into IPAs and he was blown away by the treehouse stuff, just like everybody who gets into IPAs is. And I said, dude, Johnny is putting out shit that's just in par with all that shit. And it's local. You can get it. You don't have to go all the fucking New Hampshire.
Well, she dumped me, so I won't be going back there anyway.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Thank you.
So it comes
But
out.
seriously, man, not to blow you, but
But he's going to
Dude,
blow you.
I think I say that to every guest.
I think you took it down to the tip. You know?
No, I'm heartily impressed by everything we've had so far. It's like I honestly thought for a while Jay was kind of just blowing smoke, and it's
That's
really.
it.
as
When have
good
I
as-
ever lied? When have I ever steered you wrong?
all the time?
They all have their own like unique kind of flavor, like profile.
I
to
asked
them,
you for these hops one time, Jay, and you steered me in the completely wrong way.
I believe I took you into the hop freezer.
No, you did.
And
You
we,
actually
we
did.
climbed over like a pallet of shit.
Rated that fucking shit.
Yeah,
That was fun. Actually,
was good.
I totally forgot about that.
I didn't.
That was a good time.
Special moment.
Is that how you guys
especially
met?
that hand job you gave me behind the
It
wine.
took a while because it was so cold in there.
I couldn't get it up.
Well, he was full of
Too much
ibuprofen.
ibuprofen.
Is that how you guys met at Malta's?
in the cooler. We met.
I remember.
with his hand on my dick.
I remember the first day Johnny came in. You had just moved back to the area, right?
Well, what it was Johnny moved back to the area.
They were like, "Hey, we have this employee Jay. He will show you the cooler."
And
I was like, "Oh, really?"
Jay, we have a new guy named Jay giving hand jobs in the cooler right now.
He's giving.
Jay's like, well, I went to the employee bathroom, and the rule is, if you're in there taking a shit and somebody puts their penis through the glory hole, you're
He
obliged
gives
to
the best HJs ever.
I've never seen a dick that I didn't want to suck.
Cut that.
consumed
Mark
semen.
that timestamp. That's going to be a fucking. Because that was clean with nothing beneath it. That's going to be a sound.
Oh yeah.
No, but you came in. You had just moved back. Where were you living?
Chicago.
Chicago, yeah. You showed up with your wife. If you guys were married at the time,
Alexandra and
yeah.
Skylar.
Yeah, and you walked in, and you wanted a CO2 refill. I remember.
Probably something along the
Yeah,
lines
you had
of
a
that.
nice shiny tank with an Armada sticker on it.
And you guys fucking
I was
lost
like,
it.
I was like, "What is this?" Armada Brewing.
You lost his tank?
And like
Right
he
away.
walked in, he didn't even have a brewery yet, but he had like stickers and logos and all this shit.
Probably.
Yeah. He did, yeah.
Man, just
Man with a vision.
live the.
That's what you do.
Live your dream.
You fake
Yeah.
it till you make it. You know?
Yes, exactly.
just like that restaurant in London did.
I don't want to get you guys any more drunk, but I'm ready for the next beer.
I don't
Yes,
know.
let's do
That's
it.
what we do.
All right, cool.
I'm not actually drunk.
I live here.
You don't have to go
And
anywhere.
and I
I
sleep.
don't.
I sleep here.
You can't.
I really. Well, we already talked about satanic abortions. I want to know about the
Satanic?
synthetic alcohol. What the fuck's up with that shit?
The powder stuff? Is that what we're talking about?
I don't know, Jay. You got the. You're running the ship show. Over
Is
there.
it if
A
it's
synthetic alcohol substitute that doesn't make you hungover exists, they say.
What's the fucking point?
Just like the vomiting, the migraine, the dehydration, the disgusting breath, the frankly unnecessary bowel movements. That's true.
Those are
Choked. Hangovers are without a doubt the worst, and if we could, we'd banish them just like astrology and alternative facts. I mean, I know how I felt yesterday. It
Wait.
was terrible.
I
David
felt
Nutt.
Great.
David Nutt, a renowned professor of neuropsychopharmacology at Imperial College London, engineered a possible remedy to this a few years back. It's doing the rounds again online. We thought I'd revisit it. Blah, blah, blah.
Speaking of,
Get to the fucking point.
I'm trying.
What's
You
he
already
gonna
passed
fucking
the
do?
Long story short, it's bullshit.
it's synthetic
Yes,
alcohol.
it's synthetic alcohol. Fuck you, synthetic
He's
alcohol.
got business partners.
but
yeah, what are you going to... Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid.
but also that line
Cross it
about
off the board.
frankly the frankly unnecessary bowel movements is what led me to
yeah.
just do me a favor
But I
and
mean, honestly,
type in flatulence onto Wikipedia and just read the article. I was fucking dying in my office because it's talking about farts, but in like the most scientific way possible. I was dying in my office reading it.
Can somebody actually give me the precise definition of flatulence?
Jay's about to.
Yeah. Warm it up, Chris. I'm about to. That's what I was born to do.
Give me that Webster dictionary.
First thing
about
it says is breaking wind redirects here. Fart redirects here. Flatulence is defined in the medical literature as flatus expelled through the anus, or the quality or state of being
Does-
flatulent, which is defined in turn
Flatulence.
as marked by or affected with gases generated in the intestine or stomach, likely to cause digestive flatulence. The root of these words is from the Latin flatus, a blowing, a breaking wind. Okay. Flatus is also the medical word for gas generated in the stomach or bowels. Despite these standard definitions, a proportion of intestinal gas may be swallowed in environmental
That's
air.
when you suck in farts, right?
That's when you suck in somebody else's.
and hence flat and hence
It'd be
flatus
very hard to suck in your own fart.
is not totally generated in the stomach or bowels. The scientific study of this area of medicine is termed flatology.
I would just
Anytime,
Hey,
It
I
just
have a
made me laugh
degree
reading
in flatology.
anytime people like reference Latin in words, I always picture like this, like this, like Little Caesar looking guy.
a monk.
Yeah,
Little
like
Caesar?
yeah, when he was like flatuli is Latin for a stiff wind. I just imagine like this Little Caesar looking guy carrying a pizza, and then a wind comes by and blows on the floor. He's like flatule, flatule. Yes, that's
Yeah, that just made me laugh. And
what's in
like,
my mind.
I don't even know what made me click on
needs
it.
some of
But
this?
it was like,
Bikini
I mean, I'm not ever going to
laughing.
question you clicking on something that says flatulence. Like,
Every time I see on Pornhub flatulence, recommended videos, absolutely.
Cakefarts.com.
Sucking farts
cake farts.
all day.
Yeah, cake farts is awesome.
Cakefarts.com.
Ooh, I haven't seen cake farts. Pull that up
That's
for
the
me.
classic.
That's a
That's
thing?
the OG. Cake
OG.
farts is the OG.
Pull it up.
Two girls and a
This
cake.
is a work computer.
that's my home computer. I can look that up.
Go on incognito mode, bro.
while you guys look up cake farts, I'm gonna get our next guest on the phone. He's out in Colorado getting ready. He's got a big day tomorrow.
X Games
I
boy?
wanna- yeah, we're gonna call up Doug Henry. He's out in Aspen getting ready for the X Games.
A little place called Aspen. No? No one?
I'd also like to point
I
out
got you. I got you.
Dumb
on
and
that.
I don't know
I got
how
you on
to
that.
come back.
while we're waiting for Doug Henry, I'd just like to point
Dumb and
out
Dumber.
that every Instagram post we put out has like 50 likes or something, and Doug Henry reposts one of our Instagram posts, and within like 4 minutes, it's got like 200, 300 posts.
He's very
Yeah.
famous. Yeah, he is pretty
He's
famous.
very-
Not only does he
He's-
fucking
he's known a
slay it
little
on
bit.
the snow.
Yeah.
He's known by people.
Oh, I'm watching cake farts right now. I can't wait for this.
Doug's going to pick up.
I know.
She literally just farts on a cake.
Doug,
Doug?
is this Doug? Hey, what's going on, man? This is Dave.
Yeah.
I've got you on the podcast
Dave.
right now. We've got Jay, Paulo, Jeff, and we got a special guest,
John.
and Johnny in house, and Dan's actually here too, but he can't hear you because we didn't give him headphones or a microphone.
What's up, dude?
What's going on, man?
Okay. How are you?
Goodman, how's Aspen going?
Good. We had practice today. Got to do not too many laps. They kind of cut it short, but it was good. I think it'll be fun. Like the track's pretty good for snow bikes. The elevation kills the power on the bike, so just trying to make it around the track with not much horsepower is a little bit tricky. But they make the track it seemed like they kind of make the track kind of tame for us. So it's not too technical. It'll be fast. And everybody, all of our adaptive guys did good. The pro guys are flying out there, so
Are you guys
it
on
looks good for tomorrow.
Are you guys on the same course as the snowmobiles, or is it a separate course?
No snowmobiles, snow bike.
Oh, they're not doing
only.
snowmobiles at all. Oh shit.
No, they're doing speed and style. I think they did that already. They're going to do freestyle snowmobile, but no snowmobile racing.
Oh, cool. So, what time are you guys on tomorrow?
Yeah, just snow bike. 3:15 Mountain Time, so 5:15 for you guys.
Oh, killer.
Is this
already
going to
at
be
work.
live?
Yeah, live on ESPN.
I
I believe. Well, yeah. Are you?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. They still haven't announced. I asked in the writers' meeting today when it's going to be on TV. They don't know when it's. He said ESPN still hasn't let them know when it's going to be aired. So it may be live or it may be taped and then put on a little bit later. I'm not sure yet, but I will update my social media to just kind of let people know as soon as I hear when it's going to be on to let them know.
Oh, cool. Well, I'll definitely check that out. I think this podcast will be out after you already raised. But
Yeah.
I have a
Okay.
question. I have a question
Yeah.
for him. I mean, I don't know how much time we got with you, but is this like I've never seen snow bike racing before on, X Games. Is this the first year or second year or where's this?
It's actually the second year. Yeah, last year was the debut, and they did just regular snow bike, and they had snowmobile racing and snow bike. But snow bike, it ended up turning out to be a really, really good race. There's lots of, the crashing is pretty mellow. Most of the time, the crashes are just kind of washouts and turns, and like there was probably 8 different leaders, and it was a really exciting first snow bike year. And they announced that they weren't going to do the snowmobile racing anymore, and then they added the adaptive snow bike. So this will be our first year for adaptive snow bike.
Are the bikes like are they motocross bikes that are modified, or are they snowmobiles that are modified? Can you tell us a little bit about those?
They're dirt bikes that are modified.
Badass.
Yeah,
What's the
there's dirt
CC on
bikes.
those?
They're dirt bikes that are modified. They come with it. You could buy a kit. There's probably about 5 or 6 different manufacturers that make the kits, and a kit would come with a track system that you would remove your swing arm of your motorcycle and your rear wheel, and you'd put the track system on, and then you'd remove your front brake and your front wheel, and you'd put a ski on.
Badass.
They do look
It's
badass.
It's not that hard to do.
I've been following you on Instagram creepily,
Yeah,
but it's badass.
Do you still not have a front fender on yours? Or did you figure out a way?
No front fender.
yeah.
No, I left it off because we really don't need it. And my bike is a little bit older, and the mount that comes for the timber sled for that tri-fork, because the snow bikes, because the track is so long in the rear, it makes the front suspension really, really soft. So you could either take your forks and spend a lot of money and valve them for really, really stiff for riding snow bike, or you could add this one tri-shock, trio shock, I think it's called, that Fox makes. And you add that to your existing forks, and you don't have to modify your forks at all. You just put this third fork on, and it makes it better. But the kit that I got doesn't mount to my bike, so we couldn't really run the fender.
So you kind of just made that work. Which kind of brings me to my other question. I saw after we did our little video and you drove out there with somebody from Massachusetts or something, I think. Maine. So you drove out there with somebody, you were on the road.
Yep.
I noticed halfway across the country you broke your bike. What happened?
Yeah, I was we actually went to it's a pretty awesome test facility, and we kind of went out of our way because there wasn't much snow in Colorado, so we drove up to Minnesota. It's a test facility called ERX, and they make snow. They got a groomer there, and they build the track, and it's awesome. So we stopped there and rode there for 3 days. But it's that track was more technical than the track that we're racing this weekend, and there were some big jumps and some big holes, and it just. The weight of the cage, because I have the cage on my bike, which adds 50 pounds. Plus, there's probably some more add-ons that add another 30 pounds. So we're quite a bit heavier. So, I feel like the adaptive guys, we stress the frames a little bit more than regular riders because they're able to absorb a lot of the impact with their legs. So I think it's just a matter of time. My bike's had a lot of time on it, and just riding, all of a sudden something didn't feel right. The bike felt low in the rear, and I pulled over, and we noticed that the frame broke right where one of the shocks meet for the rear track system. So,
you literally snapped the frame.
It was great.
What do? You just weld it back together?
Frame clear. Yeah. We went to, there's a nice little shop there that they have. I think it's Carlson Racing or something. And they let us use their shop and the welder, a bunch of material to just keep adding, adding weight, adding gussets and everything. And I rode it, I think I rode it 2 full days there, and then I rode it here, mountains in Vail, for 2 days last week, and haven't had any issues with it. So it's working good. It's holding together.
Is it just a one event, or do you have several to do tomorrow?
Just one event. We have practice in the morning at 9 to 11:30 qualifying. They'll probably just do a timed qualifier, and then Our race is at 3:15, and then the pro guys go right after us at 3:30.
Nice.
On the time qualifier, is it solo racers? Like, do you get the track all to yourself, or do you competing with other racers at the time?
What they do is it's a practice, and if it's a 15-minute practice or a 30-minute practice, what they'll do is the first maybe 15 minutes will be just free practice, and then the last 15 will be timed qualifying. So you'll be out there with other riders, or I'll be out there with other riders.
Nice. So you thought you were actually racing earlier in the week, but being that you're racing on Saturday, are you still going to be able to make the party?
I hope so. Yeah, we'll be there Saturday.
I know
night.
that was a big.
We'll
I know that was
ready.
a big thing, but
Yeah. I always miss out on the monster party because we usually race on Sundays. So, yeah, we'll be good.
nice. So I don't know. I think the only other thing I wanted to ask you was what's kind of been the craziest thing, not the craziest thing, but the coolest thing you guys did on the trip out there? Because you took like what, a week to get out there?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Let's see. We didn't. I don't know. Nothing really crazy. I mean, we did hit some
you're disappointed.
nasty weather where
I was hoping you were
We
going to tell
saw
some
lots
crazy
of
story about like
accidents
hookers and drugs, but nothing came along with that one.
yeah.
Nothing to tell.
Yeah,
Not this time
Best
around.
response ever.
Yeah. No, we did a pretty uneventful trip. I mean, we had a good time riding in the mountains. My mechanic rented a snowmobile, and Ian's out with me, my son, and he rented a snow bike. So
Oh, no kidding.
we got a chance to do a little bit of riding. Yeah, a little bit of riding, a little bit of playing while we were here. So that was kind of the highlight of the trip so far.
Awesome.
How confident do you feel about the race? I mean, like, are you feeling good? Are you ready to crush this shit and get it done?
Yeah, I feel good. The thing is, I have a lot of experience on this bike. Not necessarily on the snow bike, but the actual bike from riding motocross for so many years. And so I definitely have an advantage of experience on the bike. So a lot of these guys are riding the bike for the first time, this year. And, it shows. But I think if these guys, I hope they don't get discouraged or whatever, because it is kind of a pain in the ass to do. Like, you need a lot of people to help you do a lot of the things. And, but I'm hoping that they can get their bike set up for the motocross stuff or continue to ride in the snow. And they already talked about doing an adaptive race next year. So, I feel really comfortable. I mean, the only thing that's really different for me is the ski on the front. Like, that's something that I need to get adjusted to, because there's just riding the edge and losing the edge, and that turning and the hard packed snow, the ice, the really soft snow. Like, kind of learning that stuff. That's where my
Challenge.
learning needs to come. That's my challenge. But that's what I have to learn the most. Ski in the front.
I have to give you a lot of credit to that. I've driven quads, I've driven snowmobiles, but snowmobiles somehow I can't seem to not crash.
Yeah.
That ski
same
part
thing.
of it just throws me off. It doesn't have the same grip. Man, I'm super stoked
Yeah,
to
they're
see.
unpredictable and weird.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't imagine having just one. That's where it really throws me off, like, mentally, and how it's going to grip on the snow. But I'm looking forward
It's
to
amazing
it.
how it's amazing. They've done a lot. Yeah, it's amazing. They've done a lot of development.
So I've got one more
I
riding.
talked to the guy who kind of started this whole thing, and he said it's been 22 years since they started this company, the timber sled company that I'm
Oh,
on.
shit.
He remembers. So he was just excited because he
That's
was a
older than
motocross
me.
fan for a lot of years, and
Were they always supposed to be
he was
like
just
high speed, like a high speed setup?
yeah, they were made for climbing mountains and
Yeah.
riding on tracks and everything, because they were kind of made by motocross guys.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
guys in Colorado that do adventure rides and stuff like that. So they're made for tracks, trails, and powder and all that stuff.
They look awesome.
But the guy was like so excited. Yeah, he was so excited. He's like, man, if I had known 20 years ago that myself was going to be riding one of his products, he was just so excited to see. And then there's a couple other guys that are very well known in the industry. Blair Morgan has won 5 gold medals in the snowcross.
Oh, he's doing snow bike too.
Yeah, he's doing snow bike. He's struggling a little bit. He hasn't had like any seat time. So, but it looks like he's having fun. But you know, it's such a good group of people because it's kind of a fresh sport. So it's kind of really grassroots that are people that are around, and you know, just those kind of people that are about something new and trying something new and you know, learning and everything. It's just a good group of people.
Nice. All right, so I got one more riding question for you, then one more question that's going to tie it into the podcast, and then we'll let you go enjoy Aspen. But so last time I was up at your house, you mentioned trying to do something. What are the chances that with the new cage on, that you're going to get it leaned over enough where you can bounce the cage off the ground and still go?
I'm so lost.
What are the chances? I think I can do it. You know, I think in the right conditions, I really think I could do it. So I'd say the chances are probably 85% chance that I can get it done.
Oh shit! All right. Well, if you don't do it out there, then we'll get some video of it when you get back here.
Yo, I have to say this. If you see Colton Moore out there, just give him a super fucking shout out from Johnny at Armada. I followed him last year and watched his crash and everything. He does crazy different aspect, but you know, Colton Moore fucking slayed it forever. Him.
Yes, he's here. I saw him today, and I'll make sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Make sure I let him know.
Yeah.
So one other thing I wanted to ask you that kind of ties in with the podcast. Any more news on the brewery you're trying to get going on your farmland? Or?
He's a brewer?
He's gonna be.
Oh.
I'm not a brewer.
Well, collaboration.
I'm more of like I'd be more of like a caretaker and entertainer.
He's gonna give everybody the weed.
Take care of the hops. You know.
Yeah, he's gonna take care of the hops.
Make sure everybody's having a good time.
I like it.
I'm the hostess. I'm not the brewer. Not really much more since I spoke with you, Dave. I have one more town meeting to sort of get by, and that should take place in February. So I should know by the second week of February if it's a for sure go or if there's more work I need to do. But hopefully I have all my ducks in a row and everything's ready to go. And come, February, mid-February, I'll get started on that and get going on a farm brewery in Torrington.
We're going to have to hook you up with Johnny when you get back.
Yeah,
I was going to say that.
We'll figure out the contact information here, but let's get in touch. I'll come out there, give you a visit, and I want to ride that snow bike. I might crash it, so I'll put on an insurance policy before I come out there. But
that's right. It's got a cage on it. So
yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Yeah. I'll put an insurance policy on me rather than the bike. That sounds way better.
You got it.
Doug, we know you're super busy. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us and stuff. We hope that you have a great fucking run tomorrow. We're all pulling for you.
Yeah, good luck, man. You fucking crush it out there.
I was gonna say, I know.
All right.
I know Dave, and I hope we can get you on the podcast here to kind of get more into.
Yeah, we'll get him in studio.
Yeah, we'll delve in a little more about everything.
Yeah.
I also just want to put the offer out there that I have 2.5 acres and a bobcat. And you can rip around whatever you want.
That sounds
We're
good.
gonna have 13-foot jumps here.
Yes, we can get that ready for you. If you want.
All right,
Doug. Thanks a lot, man.
Right.
Have a good time. We'll be rooting for you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll
and,
be watching tomorrow.
Yeah. And Dan said the same.
Right.
He says
sounds
bye.
Good, you guys.
Good luck, bud. Take care.
Good luck.
Peace out.
All right.
All right. Have a good time.
Thank you.
You
Later,
too, brother.
man.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, cool. Doug
Doug
Henry.
Henry.
Yeah.
Man, he was so cool.
Doug fucking Henry.
If you want to see his
you got to meet him.
fucking
He's such a cool
Dude, he is so down
He
to
is.
He
earth.
was way
He's
more like eloquent than I remember him being. Like he actually
Last time I saw him, he was drunk. So
He's a crazy.
Nah, dude,
he's a
I
crazy
felt like
motherfucker.
he was just
Doug's
someone who
awesome.
was just. I have an empty chair to my left of me, and I felt like Doug was right there.
Hey man.
we will be in a couple weeks.
Hey, Johnny from Armada is fucking around and trying to get a permanent spot on this podcast because it's going to happen.
Oh
right?
shit!
Yes.
Nah.
You're vocal. You talk. It's
Dude, you're like the
You ran
fun
that interview.
You're like that one fun like eclectic friend I never had.
All right, Jay's off. We're taking on John.
Yeah.
Right now.
Jay, that means Jay gets Armada though.
I can fuck that up real quick.
I think
Yeah,
Johnny.
I wouldn't trust him with that. No.
I think
That'll
Johnny.
be fine.
I think Johnny
Been around
Brown's
some
both.
beer.
I've smelled a beer too.
I know I can make some kind of fermentation
Did everyone,
happen. I
did
can't.
every-
I
did
can't say
everyone
the
have
club.
this beer?
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Bikini Island.
Let's
Bikini
talk about the
Island.
Bikini
Is there any
Island.
left? I might have drank it already.
So this is
I had it last night.
We didn't get to talk about it while we drank it.
So
So this is
a-
also amazing.
Thank you.
My glass is still empty.
Only
I feel
thing
like
I
you guys
noticed
just
about this
I thought
is
this one kind of sucked, but no, I'm just kidding.
That's what I was trying to hear.
No, it's really good.
higher
It's,
alcohol, right? This is
10% triple IPA.
This is the thing. The 10% sort of sneaks up on you, and right before it makes itself present, like the sweetness kind of just like whisks it
I mean,
away.
I don't taste.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really taste the booze in here. I can
You
feel
can't.
it.
You can't.
I can feel
Young
it.
horse
You
named
can't
George.
taste it.
Oh yeah, like you. The
there any
thing
left in
is
that can?
this: is you
You like it in the can.
crack this can and you can drink it and you're like, oh, it doesn't taste like 10%, and then all of a sudden you finish the can.
That's dangerous.
And you're sleeping
Yeah.
in your
Car.
fucking
your car, in my
You
driveway.
should not have open beverages in your car, but you could be sitting in your, what do you call it, recliner, and you'd be passed out, and you're like,
Yes.
what the fuck happened?
No,
The hot bomb just got dropped on you.
Jay drinks them inside and then goes to sleep in his car.
I
outside.
have a comfortable
Outside.
car.
Yeah, but no, this is the one I had this last night. This is the one, like, this is the first time I had an Armada.
Yeah.
Like, Dan actually gave it to me for a Christmas present. I
Dan
was saving
seems
it.
to be the guy that's always packing Armada.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
his-
He is.
Yeah.
I brought him up
He
there.
doesn't
that
talk.
One
He's the
day.
si-
No,
He's
we
like
don't
Silent
give
Bob
him.
over
We don't
there.
give him a microphone, but
The only thing that lets you, the only hint of alcohol that's really there is like after you swallow it, you
Yeah, it
kinda
gets a
that,
tang. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not tang. You kind of like that feeling you have like when you
When you're too drunk.
like that minty, like mint makes
said
your
there-
mouth feel cool, the same way alcohol does.
I would hope that's not in there.
What
but-
hops do you have in
okay.
here?
That is
mint
all
flavor.
mosaic.
That's
So
all mosaic?
actually,
Delicious.
this beer had been a conceptualization, but then Tyler from Outer Lights. I should back up. So this beer was a conceptualization. I didn't know if you were going to drop it before the end of the year, but then Tyler from Outer Lights posted something online, and he was like, "Hey, I got a bunch of mosaic available." I was like, "Oh, perfect!" Like right around the time I want to make this beer, and it came around. Grabbed the hops from him, and we dropped it. Dropped them bombs on them bitches.
Tasty.
seriously,
like a
like
tauntaun.
it's like this was the one. Like I cracked it last night,
Tauntaun?
and I took a sip. I was like, Jesus Christ! Like this rivals green, which is like was my favorite treehouse that I'd had.
You know-
and then like I went to my girlfriend. I was like, here, try this. She tasted it. She's like, oh my god, that's fucking delicious. She's not a huge beer person either. I was like, yeah, that's a triple IPA. She's like, holy shit, I would chug that.
Johnny's not gonna say this. This is better in green.
Speaking on the half is
To me,
we're not
my
trying to be
personal
we're not
opinion.
trying to be in any way comparable to any brewery. I don't like
That's why I told Jay
I don't know
not
where
to
to
say it
speak
before.
on this point.
I know.
I don't know where
Because
to, I
I'll
don't know
put
where
it
to
this
speak
way.
on
I'll
this.
put
Like
it this
don't
way. I'll put it this way.
we are not Treehouse. We're not Trillium. We're not
Yeah.
Other Half. We're not all the Hill Farmstead. We are Armada. That's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to express ourselves. We're not trying to make a beer that's similar to Treehouse. We're not trying to wreck on Treehouse. I mean, I went up there myself a couple times now with family, friends. It's an amazing experience, whatever. But we're trying to just express ourselves. We're not trying to mimic anybody. I think it's very, it's a kind, generous compliment when people tell us like, oh, this is like this. But honestly, I would want people to feel that, it's Armada. Like, I don't want them to say like, I don't want them to compare it to Treehouse. I don't want to be compared.
Let me
Yeah.
Let's hear what
clarify
yes.
what I meant when I said that. I don't mean this is Treehouse. This is good. I think Treehouse has nailed the style.
Sure.
I think they're the
of those kind of
standard.
New England IPAs. Like, I got like in my opinion, like Alchemist kind of started the trend.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say maybe.
I give John Kimmich
Yeah.
all the credit in the world.
Yeah, as far as like that New England style IPA, whatever, and not that saying that's all you do, but just there's a lot of people that do that style now, and a lot of them fall short in compared to how well they do it. I'm not saying your beers taste like Treehouse beers. I'm saying you're making the quality that they're making.
Right.
The quality of your beer is
Thank you.
as good
you
as
should
their
be
quality.
mentioned in the same breath because
That's my point.
the
I'm not
quality
saying,
that we're
oh, this
talking
is
about.
just like Treehouse.
Right.
Green.
We're not saying they taste like
Not at
Treehouse.
all. The quality that you're putting out is as high as their quality, which is a good thing.
And with several less
just-
$1 million.
And he's gonna try. He's trying to blow you from across the bar, but it's not really.
well,
He
I-
licked the tip on that one.
I just
I
want
think
to
that's
say,
a different thing.
Yeah, no,
in my
that's-
mind, it's different. It's a
Yeah.
different point.
And I knew that's what you meant. I just didn't
Yeah.
want you to say it because I didn't want to have to explain that.
I just want to say that I completely understand where you're coming from, like how you feel, and that's so awesome. And you need to come over like on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do on Sundays? Is it like a swingers party or something?
Anything you want. Anything you want, man.
Yeah, I don't.
Swingers Sundays, dude. What the fuck? You're missing out.
Yeah.
I've never even been invited over on a Sunday.
None of us have.
Like, you don't need to leave. I mean, you can
It's
just like
tomorrow, right? No.
Yeah, you just call your family and tell them to drive.
I
Jay's gonna be in the driveway anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay will be in the drive.
was sleeping in the fucking parking lot.
No, yeah, my
No,
point is, I hope
I-
you weren't offended by me
No, I'm
saying
not
that.
offended. I think I have complete respect for all of the breweries that are crushing it right now in this region. You know, Other Half, Treehouse, Trillium, Tired Hands, Hill Farmstead, Bissell Brothers,
Single cut.
Single Cut. You know, all those guys that are just straight reckoning.
Well, I think that's also something that we talk about a lot on the podcast too. Is like there's not a lot of competition. It's more of a, I want to say brotherhood, but it's more of a collaborative.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna help you out. I'm
Absolutely.
gonna root for you to do well. Like it's we talk about that a lot, especially when we did
Well,
when
it's
we did the show
hard.
at Counterweight. You know, there's a whole lot of
Well, it's
like New England was there helping. You know, like it's
And I want to say, like, in no way we're trying to, like, mimic what we're trying to showcase the beers that we like. And some of these breweries definitely have inspiration to that. It's like, drink the beer, make the beers you want to drink, make the beers you love. Make the
well,
beers
you're making
want to-
beers I want to
Well, you
drink.
know what?
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
And if that happens to fall into the same category as these guys are making, that's what we're going to continue
Yeah.
doing. But that's what.
Well, it's like you got tacos and pizza. It's not like pizza places are like, fuck tacos. No, because tacos are fucking delicious too. You know? They're both good.
And I
They
mean, you
both-
could say all pizza's the same, but
No.
it's not.
You know what I'll say?
Everybody has their
Well,
taste. in
see,
it.
this
It's
is-
really
We're
fun.
5 beers
Unless
in.
it's
4
Chicago
or 5
pizza.
beers
Fuck
in.
Chicago pizza.
Chicago
Fuck
pizza.
Chicago pizza.
I like Chicago
I hate
pizza.
fucking Chicago pizza.
Right.
Except for Peace Pizza. Peace Pizza. Jonathan Cutler.
Shout out.
All the guys out there.
Yo, let's go to Uno.
Drop my plug. Fuck Uno. Fuck
You just
Uno. Excuse my language on this.
You can swear.
podcast.
That's fine.
Excuse your
No.
language.
I think the pizza
Just
analogy is
give me a
perfect
bleep
though.
on every time I swore tonight.
Because it's like there's so much different pizza in the country, but everybody agrees that the pizza in the Northeast, New Haven, New York, is the best pizza there is. And I think that's what they mean when they're comparing you to Treehouse. They're just saying that like you're Northeastern pizza. They're not saying that like Pepe's and Sally's are the same pizza. They're just saying those are better than fucking most other pizza.
I appreciate that.
I think that's
What I
it
will
is.
say is we are four beers in.
We're
Five.
five
beers.
IPAs deep.
Every single one of these stands on its own.
Absolutely.
I mean, like,
There has been one where I've been like, oh, is this still the other one I was drinking?
No.
They're all fucking really unique, and they're all
they
amazing.
stand on their own, is what I mean. They're
Just so you
they're
guys know, it's
they-
all the same recipe. I had to just fuck with
Just
you.
different hops. Hops change everything.
It's just a different label.
That'd be fucking cruel. That'd
Yeah.
be fucking cruel.
And that's another thing I want to say.
But you could do it.
I forgot to mention it
Probably could get away
before.
with it too.
I forgot to mention it before, but the first couple of beers that we had, you were really getting in depth. I know nothing about brewing at all.
Sure.
But you were getting in depth about what you were using and how much you were using, and
Yeah.
you're very open about it, which is commendable to me.
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah, Single Cut wouldn't tell us anything.
nothing.
Was Single Cut on this podcast?
Yeah,
They
a
called
couple
in.
weeks ago.
Damn.
Very nice people, great guys.
You gave us a lot of time,
You
too.
want
It
to know
was
the
great.
recipes? I'll just forward them to you. I don't give a fuck.
No, I just mean that's-
Your dog's snoring in the background is amazing.
He is.
Jake.
It's very much like a
All
Elon.
right.
This is the first time we've sat for the podcast.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Listen,
You don't like it?
No, fuck that. I like
sitting.
your fucking
like
annoying
it.
chair sounds. Sit the fuck down. Anyways,
They're going old school.
so yeah, if people want to know a little bit about the
No.
so they don't want to know.
No, we do.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, please tell me.
What do
I
we
got-
drink?
Let's crack
Sorry,
open
I'm
another
missing
one.
the list here.
Crack. Yeah, I got to pee. Crack another one.
Yeah.
I got to pee too.
Yeah, go pee.
Let's take a break. You want to take a break?
I think John.
Let's take a little break.
I'll just talk
then we'll
throughout
come
your
back.
break. How about that?
Man, we'll
Keep
take a little
going.
break
You're very
and then we'll crack open
entertaining.
another one.
You can carry this on your own. So far, you have.
I know. Wait, hold on. Johnny from our house interluding us out.
I think Paulo has a boner for you.
I do, man.
Paulo loves you.
My favorite guest so far.
The Heavy Drinking Podcast.
No
will be
offense,
right
Bill
back.
Steinbacher.
You know what it is? Because I'm I feel it. I'm coming off like I'm ungenuine.
He's about to come on, so watch out.
I'm angry at myself.
Come on someone's face.
I'm angry at myself because I'm coming off as not genuine, and I'm being very genuine.
No,
right
you
now.
are. You come across genuine. You're a little
Did you stop
fanboy.
recording?
As long as I can
Oh.
swear on a
Talking.
podcast, I'm completely comfortable. When they tell me when they're walking, like, you can't swear. I'm like,
All right,
not my place. I'll see you later.
and
Cut.
out.
What's better than getting wasted and listening to Slayer? I'll tell you what, not driving home. We have a new promo code for Lyft with $20 off. All you got to do is download the Lyft app, go to the promo section, and type in Heavy18. That's Heavy18 for a $20 credit on a new Lyft account. Now you can have like 4 more beers. Do it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Record. Happy birthday to you.
Me.
Happy birthday to me.
You have to come over here.
Happy birthday,
This is a little-
Dear Jason.
Jason.
This is so unexpected. I've consumed semen.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. And
Thanks,
a bunch
guys.
of dicks more.
Jack sang with us.
Come
Did you
here.
hear?
Yes.
Come over here.
I gotta go blow.
Come over here and
Go
blow
blow.
me.
Johnny, I'll be right over.
Put my
Thank you,
dick on top
Dan.
of the candles.
Dan brought the
In the
cupcakes
words-
and candles. He's a nice man.
He actually got us 6 cupcakes.
In thine words of 50
He thought
cents.
about me.
Go shorty. It's your birthday.
out for me. I can't get by you.
You gonna party like it's your birthday.
Yeah, we come in on that because yesterday was Jay's birthday, so
We could do the podcast forever.
Forever. It's like, don't blow my
you didn't
candle
get
out.
them all.
That was two
he
breaths.
did.
Jay just definitely spit all over my.
He
fucking-
did.
Yeah, I know, and I can't wait
I
to
wanted
eat it.
I wanted the vegan cupcake,
Which
but
leads me to my next question for our guest. Spit on the dick. Yes or no?
spit or swallow
Spit on the dick.
No, on the dick.
On it.
before you suck it. Absolutely spit on it.
on,
Why
during,
not?
even after.
But do you do like do you do like the closed lip like slow drool thing, or you do like a full loogie?
Full loogie. Get that fucking booger
You
on
got
this
it. You gotta get
shit.
the full loogie.
I told you it'd be more fun the second half.
When I
We
worked
didn't even drink any more beer.
when I worked in Jersey, I used to have a mechanic, this Jamaican dude. He used to talk about blowjobs, and he said that the best. He goes, "You got to get in there deep because there's mucus. There's a mucus when they start choking in the back of their throat. It's the best."
New Jersey.
Oh shit! Can I have my cupcake?
Yeah, have a couple.
Which one do you want?
I'll take the red candle one.
There's two of
There's
those.
2 red candle ones.
You want
Fucking make a
chocolate
fucking
or
I
vanilla?
choice.
want, I want one
You're
with
a-
a,
you're a
I want one
business
with a
owner.
fucking cannoli in it because I'm fat.
Oh, actually, what do we have here? Let's break
Yeah,
it
actually,
down.
here, Dan.
Okay,
What kind of cupcakes?
Peanut butter and chocolate or cannoli?
Cannoli. Actually, you know what? Peanut butter chocolate.
He wouldn't take the microphone.
I'll take that one.
He tried.
Yeah.
He couldn't
There you
reach
go.
it because his arm's broken.
Jay,
I swung it around to
Jay,
him.
you said you want cannoli?
Cannoli me.
I'll take whatever's left.
I went to
Peanut
dinner
butter chocolate
at
time,
this
peanut
awesome
butter
Italian
chocolate
restaurant
time.
yesterday.
Peanut butter chocolate. Peanut butter chocolate. Peanut butter chocolate.
I'm
And
gonna give a shout out to Osteria Romana in Monroe, Connecticut. They
Is that
make
the place
all
that
their
I go?
pasta in house now. It's so fucking good.
No, that's the place I go, isn't it?
The old Tula's, the old
Yeah,
Captain's
you
Pizza.
sent me there, and they had that fucking gnocchi that's
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
So what my girlfriend got,
I love it there.
I got tagliatelle.
What do you
with
got?
know what I love?
Veal
Hard,
Cupcake.
hard
What?
pivot,
I don't
hard
know.
pivot. What
Veal-
non?
Either one.
Well, what,
something.
what does anybody want?
Just give me one.
What does anybody want?
Do we have like?
I'll have a cannoli.
Can I have a paper towel?
Yes, sure.
We always say we're not going to
should
eat on the
probably
podcast, and we always eat on the podcast.
But this is a special. It's a special.
It is
thing.
my birthday.
It's
Thank you, sir.
party.
What do you want?
What? Just grab one.
Dan, what do
You pick for me.
Dan, what do you want?
What? It's my birthday cupcake.
You're getting chocolate.
Were you trying to get
Okay.
into a
I
Romo?
want the cannoli. Are you sure, Dan? You don't want one? You brought them.
Can I have a fork and knife too? And can I have a special napkin so I can put it on so I don't spill anything on my chest?
Do you want a bib?
Yes, a bib. That's what I was looking for. A bib.
Come bibs. We should
You
put
just had the
heavy drinking beard protectors.
You had the same stroke of genius that the man who invented the nap.
He's looking
the
at
bib
sweet
did.
asses on Instagram right now.
Well, yeah, you gotta have a little bit of
He
sweet
always
ass
does
with your sweet cupcakes. I'm an ass man. I'm an ass and legs man.
I'm a
So while we're eating, can we talk about this tapeworm?
everything, man.
The what?
Oh man, that tapeworm.
Perfect segue.
Oh God.
Well,
Jay.
cupcakes are fully cooked, so we don't have to worry about
He ate
tapeworm.
raw fish almost every day until a 5-foot-long tapeworm slithered out of his body.
Oh.
Meaning his butt.
Jay.
Listen, when you eat
Happy
sushi,
birthday.
Yeah, you suck.
when you eat
Cream
sushi, you're
off
rolling
that
the same.
candle.
You're rolling the same dice you're rolling when you go out and party every night. Eventually, you're gonna either get tapeworm or herpes. It's
Listen.
gonna happen.
I went out and got sushi like 2 days after I read this article, and I thought about it, and then I ate sushi.
Then his
anyway.
dick started
Fuck it.
really itching, and he didn't know what
It's the
to
same
do.
thing you do when you go out to a club. Like this chick might have
I'm gonna
herpes.
rub up on this
So,
chick right now.
I don't know
Fuck it,
exactly
I get a
where
tapeworm
this
or
guy
herpes.
is from, but he eats sushi like every day for years. And one day he was taking a shit. and a
California.
worm
Is he from
came-
California?
Worms. I think he was on the West Coast. Some worm was just hanging out of his ass, and he pulled it out with his hands, and it was like 5 feet long when it was measured at the hospital.
You're missing a
It's
very.
like pulling the string out of your dog's ass after they eat like a fucking, one of
baseball.
those,
Yeah.
But it's
those
moving.
ropes.
Yeah.
It's like it just keeps coming. You're like, dude, when the fuck is this shit gonna end right now? It just-
So he pulled it out and then he wrapped it around an empty roll of toilet paper.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. The
Wait,
picture.
really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't
That's
show
the
me
best
picture.
part.
I don't want to see the picture.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't need
wow.
to see that.
Oh, I'm looking at it.
is that Scott's brand or Bounty?
It's not the
pretty
body of the tapeworm that's disgusting.
dots in it.
It's the head.
I can't even eat this.
Oh,
the
there's a
head?
head on that.
Which
Let me
one's
see
the
that.
head? No,
All
the
right.
worst part about this is the hair.
No way. He has a dingleberry on there.
No, I don't know if I don't know if it's like a head hair or a butt hair.
Is it the worm's hair or is
Oh,
it his butt hair?
Oh man. Oh what? Wait. Oh, where's that? Is that the head at the top?
Yeah.
There's
I
definitely
think.
a butt hair in there, and he definitely needs a trim. Do something with that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Gross. I mean, I'm a hairy guy, but you got something going on. That's like a 4 foot long hair. All
right.
Oh,
Do you shave your balls?
I mean, the
absolutely
only,
not. Fuck shaving their
Trim,
balls.
well, trim the area at all?
What the fuck for?
Do you ask for blowjobs?
Do you?
Ask for blowjobs?
Yeah, we talked
Or
about
do you
that
just
on the
get
last
them?
podcast.
I mean, you're married, so
I'm married
Should
too.
you have to ask for a blowjob?
I've never asked for a blowjob in my life. Paulo apparently
that
has
was
never
the
gotten
that
one
was the
without
point
a-
of the conversation. That was
Should
the,
you have to ask for a blowjob?
Oh,
And what's
well,
the answer?
clearly no. The answer to that's no.
When that
It's
situation goes down, that situation goes down.
Well, the whole thing was the whole.
never.
Who
It should
was
be
it?
obligatory.
James Franco. Well,
Yeah,
led to
James
that
Franco.
conversation.
Aziz.
James Franco.
I don't think so.
Wasn't that Aziz?
I think it was James Franco.
No, I think it was Aziz. Yeah.
Aziz
It was Aziz.
Ansari definitely just got busted for something like that, right?
Nah, but he was like, he
Yo,
was
suck
innocent.
my
He was
dick.
he was
That
innocent.
was different though. That was the claw. Would you claw on the first date? Would you marry a chick that would accept a claw on the first
He
date?
wasn't trying to marry her.
I don't think he knows
understand
what
this
the
term at all.
claw
What the
is.
fuck is a claw?
All right.
Apparently
so
he was-
Aziz Ansari would do this thing where he would get his pointer
fingers.
finger and his middle finger and make a V, and I guess the best
it
way
in
of
her-
describing is
One in the finger, one in the
inspecting
pussy,
her
one in the butt.
molars, sort of.
The girl said he would stick him in her mouth
Mouth.
and throat.
Yeah, and kind of
Try to put it in her vagina.
yeah.
She
and
called
use
it the
as-
claw.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lube move.
That sounds like some really kinky shit.
It does. And he would bust this
I'm
out on
some
the.
fucked up shit. But that's fucking weird.
He would bust that out on the first date. That's weird.
That's
No,
not weird to me at all.
the weirder part is he went the wrong way. You're supposed to go
Yeah.
down then top.
Good girl. That's you.
That adds a whole nother dimension.
Dude, I honestly I don't see anything weird about that. I don't know why you guys think that's weird.
Oh no, it's not weird.
claw.
I don't
The
think
claw
it's
is not weird
I
to
don't
you.
see anything weird about
Here,
it.
here, I'm
It's
going to give you the
first
claw
date
right now.
It's
Take
first
some of
date
it.
weird.
He totally took the claw, by the way.
And you're just asking for strep throat.
Absolutely. Or mono.
You are.
If you're 29 and get mono, you got the claw.
Yeah.
Dude, I had mono in my 30s. First time I've ever had it.
You definitely got the claw.
Yeah.
No,
Dude, I'm weird with that shit. I'm not.
Jack,
I
if you
wasn't-
want to speak, get
I
up
wasn't
to the
doing
fucking
anything
microphone.
weird. I swear to God.
I'm weird with that shit, man.
I was freaked out because I was like, you know, the stigma around it. It's like
You didn't have mono. It turns out you were just really bored.
No, I did. I went to the hospital after like 2.5 weeks of feeling like I was dying more so every day. And they tested me and they called me back. They're like, you got mono. And I was like, what the fuck? I asked the lady. I was like,
Did you eat some teenage pussy?
how do you get that? And she's like, honestly, we don't know, is what she said. She said
Teenage
everyone
pussy.
says it's the kissing thing. She's like, but my 6-year-old daughter got it.
Yeah.
I was like, what was she doing?
Exactly.
Hanging out with Jeff.
That sounds like a sad story.
No, but like they say stress and immune system. I don't know.
Is there anything juicy in there that doesn't have booze in it?
Juicy.
In the fridge?
There's like
James.
a,
Wait, are we
Dick.
still talking about?
there's 7-Up.
Mono, what's going on here? Actually,
There's
we
seltzer,
can pop
there's
that
7-Up,
in that
there's Coke
stout.
Zero.
That'd actually go very, very well with our cupcakes.
Jay, grab me
there's
a
kombucha.
Coke Zero in there.
Coke Zero. What are you on? Some
Bottom
sort of
shelf.
diet?
No, I got to fucking work at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm
A
trying
Coke
not to
Zero is
trying
going to
not to get
affect you
ripped.
waking up in the morning.
No, this will.
Dude, I got to work too.
Yeah, I'm weird with that stuff though, man.
I don't. Give me a
I
beer.
couldn't have anybody put their hands in my mouth.
Listen, I'm not going to not drink it. I
Here,
just want
just
to
take a little pass around. I'm
I just
done
want
pouring
to
beers
water
for
it
you
down
guys.
with something else.
Actually, this is a good
You're going
question.
to water down with Coke Zero.
When you find out that somebody's kids help them cook something, do you still eat it? Because I don't.
Hold on. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like
That
if-
was-
like
you
if
just
so-
threw the conversation into like left field.
No. I'm working off the whole germs theory, the whole germs theme.
If a kid, dude, it's cooked. It's above 180 degrees Fahrenheit.
still
It's
can't
fucking-
trust
It's sanitized.
I still get interested.
I don't give a shit. I let my daughter cook food.
Well, so do no.
Well, she
I
doesn't
don't do
cook
that.
it. She puts it in the plate and I cook it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
different.
whatever. The pot.
I don't know,
I've
man.
finished strangers' beers at the bar, so I'm not really worried about much of anything.
Oh, wait.
That's probably
Who
how I
did
got
it?
mono.
Who didn't get this?
That's the worst. When you're at like a 4th of July barbecue,
I'm dying over here.
and you're about to dive in. You're about to dive into some like oatmeal raisin cookies or something.
I don't care.
You're about to put them in your mouth, and you're like, "Oh, my kids help me." And
Nope.
I'm
Don't
not a
care.
fan of it, man. Can't do it.
You want to know what freaks me out?
I'm not saying I'm a good
Wanna know-
person.
This
I'm
freaks
just
me
saying.
out. It's when you go to like you go to a restaurant and they have like the pump ketchup thingies.
Yeah,
When you see the dried up ketchup on the edge,
yeah.
it fucking grosses me out.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's terrible. I agree.
but apparently today everybody at the brewery told me that it's weird that I will rip open a ketchup packet and then eat the ketchup out of the packet.
Well, yeah, it is.
Eh, why?
I mean, it's kind of weird, but like I feel like the grossed up fucking ketchup that's been fermenting on the tip is way different.
What I think
than-
is gross is like when you go to Costco and they have that
on the
little
tip.
onion dispenser with the crank.
Dude, and we were just talking about that too.
That's fucking
Where
gross.
is
Onion
this?
dispenser?
Yes, it's like a
Wait, what?
rotating onion.
Like a veggetti?
like,
They just
cutter.
fill this
It's an
bin
onion
with-
cutter. They just throw onions in it and it
Yeah.
just cuts
Who's
them
this?
I go to Costco all the
up.
time. I
Has them.
haven't
A
seen
lot
it.
of the hot dogs joints have them.
I've
Do you,
means
do
to
you
go
eat
to
the hot
Costco.
dogs, the churros?
Churros.
Why do you have a Costco membership if you don't eat churros from Costco? Why else would you
Toilet
pay
paper.
$40 a
Warm
year?
as fuck. You
400
might
rolls
wanna
of
throw
toilet
the beers in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same price as Stop and Shop though.
Put them in the
No,
freezer.
it's not.
Actually,
per unit.
No.
Yes, it is.
I did the math.
So
no one can hear you, Jay,
sorry, I was putting beer in the freezer.
talking to himself over there.
So you don't only make IPAs. This is an imperial stout.
This is Imperial Stout. It's pretty fucking warm
It's-
right now, but I'm cool with it.
It's a little warm, but no, it's not
It
too warm.
smells amazing.
because
Yeah.
the flavor's going to be more open, which is nice.
Yeah. So this is a Imperial Stout, 10% brewed with Muscovado brown sugar.
Ooh. Liberty Abandoned.
Can I give you
Great
some of that
name?
brown sugar?
Brown sugar.
Give it to me.
I've had this beer before. I bought a 4-pack around Thanksgiving time.
You got fucking ripped off on the prices,
Right?
Yeah.
This is really good beer to have with.
It was worth it.
Cupcakes. It
Cannoli
goes really well. I
cupcake,
told
yeah.
you guys. I was like, let's fucking bust it
It
out.
really does, though.
You may hear a moment
like
of
a drop
silence.
left.
We're gonna beep it out with, something later.
I didn't know the inside of that was cannoli.
You can't just shove a
So
cannoli on
what's the
top of a cupcake and call it a cannoli
Oh, I
cupcake.
thought, I thought that's what all it was.
We definitely told him it was a cannoli.
No, I just thought it was the cannoli on top.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli. What movie?
Godfather.
I've never seen the Godfather.
You know that was an improv scene too.
Yeah, not maybe.
Really?
Yep.
Why do you have to have like a labiatic response
to what?
to the cupcakes, man?
I
Just
just
enjoy
it was it didn't
He ate
expect-
freaking 3/4 of the. I'm done.
Labia.
No, I-
Cannoli in it.
No, I like
It's called
the
a cannoli cupcake.
It's just
I'm
like
done.
it's like when you're sucking a guy's dick and he doesn't tell you he's about to come, and then all of a sudden your mouth is just full of it. Like
I've
that's
consumed semen.
I was able to use that one way too much this episode, honestly.
So it's like it's fine. I'm not going to not finish sucking it, but I just need
Is
a
there a
minute.
mouth guard hanging from the wine glass up there?
No, that's a like like the.
Or is that a used condom?
That's the
It's
cat
like
in
one
the
of
hat.
those. It's like one of those Cutter thinks for a wine bottle.
Got it. Sure it is.
It's a circumciser.
Yeah, kind of Gumbo's over here.
All right,
Or
so
Gumby, I mean.
gumbo,
Gumbo.
delicious imperial stout.
Gumbo.
Nice big mouthfeel.
Gumbo's gonna make me laugh a lot.
Way too boozy. 1 star.
What are we?
That's our Liberty Abandoned Imperial Stout.
What's it
Yeah,
clocking
tell me
in
a
at?
little bit about this.
10%. At least we think.
I would think you'd have a measurement for that.
Yeah, but now I'm just feeling the 10%. 10% Imperial Stout, Liberty Abandoned, brewed with Muscovado brown sugar. Nothing crazy about it. We use some chocolate malt, roasted barley, flaked wheat. It's all brewed with
Wheat.
Maris Otter, which is like,
Ooh.
or no, sorry, Golden Promise.
Scotch.
Even
Scotland?
sexier. Ooh. I love that Golden Promise malt. Really good. There's a couple other things in there. I think there's some Munich and maybe some Vienna. Excuse me. I think there's like 10 malts in this beer, which may seem a little excessive. That was not a good toss.
It was a great toss. It was a
definitely didn't
horrible
catch
catch.
These guys don't do
Yeah,
sports.
horrible catch. Actually, good toss, horrible catch.
Thank you.
10 malts in there, some crazy like
You said
that.
10 malts. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a homebrew recipe that actually we winged it. Golden Naked Oats is definitely in there too. Made it when I was working at the homebrew shop. Kind of scaled it up. Kind of went with it, and it worked out. We were actually using Domino brown sugar.
This goes back to Chicago.
This goes back to Chicago. It actually was a homebrew recipe that we were using Domino sugar in. You should probably want to burp, bleep out that Excuse me, I want to burp. Domino sugar segment plug there. And so now we swapped over to like a now, I don't want to call it locally resource, but a Muscovado brown sugar. Way more in depth. Actually, the best way to describe it is like that Muscovado brown sugar. It's like just, if you eat it raw, it takes you over. It's almost like doing some cocaine or something.
It's good cigar beer,
real
too.
good shit.
Cocaine.
Good cigar beer.
Cigar beer would be
yeah.
a good example.
Yeah.
Good cupcake beer.
Definitely think on
Great
the next,
cupcake beer, though.
Definitely good cupcake beer. Next time around, definitely sweeten it up a little bit more. Back off on a little bit on the hops on it. But I'm very happy with it. I love it. We do want to do some barrel aged beers with this too. We didn't do it on the first round. I kind of regret not doing it because it was kind of our first year, and I feel like I should have done it. I just didn't come across the barrels we were looking for at the time. But it would. It's kind of tough trying to plan that out. Like people call you up, they're like, "I got a bunch of barrels," and you're like, "I'm not brewing in stouts right now, so or anything dark." So it's, there's things you can either let a barrel sit around and let it go, whatever. I would like to personally prefer to fill up a barrel right after it's emptied and kind of get like all that
fresh,
character,
all that juiciness.
super fresh. But I like it. Actually, I think it goes very well with the chocolate cupcake. You guys are drinking or eating. Well, you.
No, I've got the chocolate over here.
Yeah, that's fire.
It's really good. Yeah.
So
Who made these cupcakes, by the way? Can we give them a shout out?
He bought them Big Y.
Big Y, right?
Big Y.
They have a great bakery department.
Today,
They do,
we
actually.
over at Big Y, we have the cupcakes that are going to go well with Liberty Abandoned from Armada Brewing.
They actually have a pretty extensive beer selection now
Yeah,
at Big
we
Y's.
actually-
You should talk
let's-
to them.
Yeah,
They
let's-
have like
I
local.
couldn't supply them.
They have Thimble Island.
Yeah, you couldn't
No,
even
could
supply
probably
one.
supply
I could-
one
a
local
a
one.
couple stores.
I couldn't supply Big Y.
A couple
Yeah.
stores.
They're way too big.
Why?
They got the
The
big
Y is the
dude.
biggest Y ever.
They got 2 little points and 1 little long point, and I can't meet up with the point.
So I saw a post on Instagram of you putting a Love IPA in a cask for a certain event, which is in 2 days,
Oh yeah,
which I completely forgot about.
well,
This won't be out by then.
This won't be out.
No, I know. I still want to talk about it. I completely forgot about the
Just
event.
so, by the way, you don't have to edit this. Just fucking post it live. Just post it.
Oh, believe me, I would.
Yeah.
The Real Ale Fest is at Brewport this Sunday.
Mr. Jeff Browning at Brewport,
Yeah.
brewmaster, owner, co-founder, brew founder, whatever. Brew founder. Dude, he hosts like the most banging cast fest ever. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Dude.
I've been there every year for the past 3
Yeah.
years, 4 years.
His Real Ale Fest is
And I won't be there this
unreal. You have every Connecticut brewery. I can't say every Connecticut brewery, but a good majority of Connecticut breweries, some local surrounding.
Yeah, like Lawson's was there last year. And
Yeah. New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island breweries come on through. It's fucking banging. I love it.
Great
I'm looking
one-offs of
forward
like
to it.
really of beers that you love and just different dry hop versions or just one-off beers that you've never had before?
He
that
kind of
you'll never
caught
have
me
again?
at a weird time in my fermentation cycle. He was like, "Hey, you want to participate?" And I'm like, "I don't know if I'm going to have anything ready in time," but we were able to do it. So we threw some of the Love IPA in there. We call it "Do Not Check This In." You guys didn't laugh, so I'm assuming you get it.
What's the
So
punchline?
we don't know what to think about it. It's a Love IPA dry hop with Nelson Sauvin. So
Nice.
we did that, and that's it. That's all we have. We don't have anything else on deck. Kind of
Have you ever used that hop before?
homebrew wise, a lot. As a professional, it's way too expensive.
It
You're
is.
looking at
is very
$23,
expensive.
$24 a pound. Fuck that shit.
Wholesale?
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Fucking to a brewer, to a supplier.
Yeah.
Yeah, $23 a pound. It's astronomical. I would never pay that much. I think, personally.
Compared to like what? Like what's a normal?
So typically we pay, and I think this would kind of complement to why people may have said like our beers are higher priced in the market, or complained about that. But we do buy like hops. A lot of the hops we buy are really hard to get, or very sought after. I guess it falls in that category. Anywhere from like $16, I think is kind of like the peak of where we pay. Maybe I'll sometimes slip for something around $16.50, $17. Those are really hard to get hops. For Mermaid
So if you're
Cove-
paying 23 to 24, that's a huge.
Oh, I would never
percentage
pay that
increase.
much.
Yeah,
No, my cutoff is 16, and it all depends on how much of a pinch I'm in. And also, you have to count like shipping into that type of cost as well.
Are you ordering from like a supplier straight?
We don't have any hop contracts right now. I think
Okay.
we're, for one, too small to really dedicate and make that commitment. Like hop contracts are seriously like a relationship. You want to date this person for a really long time, and rely on them
Yep.
to give you hops, or blowjobs.
But you have to ask for the hops, or they don't know to send them to you.
Sorry, very sexual conversation tonight.
Always.
But you have to rely on these suppliers to like give you the hops all the time, and like I don't think we're at a point where, for one, we have enough barrelage to really say, hey, we want to order X amount of hops. And also, in our first year, a lot of the beers that we first put out in the first 12 were kind of experimental, though all 12 of them really took off in ways that we really didn't see them going. So now we're at a point now, I think, in our second year where we can start making those commitments to our hop suppliers and saying, hey, we're going to use X amount of mosaic. Did not break the glass, but I definitely dropped the beer. We can make those commitments to the hops that we're looking to get, as well as, experimenting a little bit more in our portfolio. And I'm going to just step out of the way while I have these guys clean up.
Just swing the mic. Just
Swing
keep
the
talking.
mic.
So, to the point that you're saying about not, having kind of a cutoff of what you
Or we've
will
been
pay.
dreaming about blowjobs.
I know the
Oh, it was one of those glasses?
It was definitely the blowjob glass.
Wow.
Jeez.
That thing is resilient.
yeah, it's
No, I actually
Good
caught it on
structure.
the way down, but I didn't completely catch it.
he like
so it did not
smacked
break.
it towards the floor.
No, I did not smack it. I stopped it from its full impact.
Full velocity.
Yeah, the
And it
Bissell.
held out. The Bissell.
So-
no, it
I
wasn't
thought
a
it was one of
Bissell.
those.
Oh no, yeah, it was not. It was this.
Or maybe it wasn't me
The
at all.
Bissell one I expected to make it because those are thick.
But
Anyways, go
no
ahead.
Windex, no 409.
The next
just
beer-
Nothing on that shit. Just wipe it up dry.
Yeah, I'll clean it later.
the next beer in line is in Mermaid Cove, right? It's all.
Absolutely not Mermaid Cove on this one. It's the Knights Executioner.
It's not.
Mermaid Cove is our last beer because everyone wants it.
Oh, okay. But that's all Galaxy, correct?
Yeah, we'll talk about high price.
Okay,
That's
okay.
fucking expensive.
That's what I was
Other
going to say.
hole.
That is a very expensive beer to make.
Yeah.
I love the beer.
It's great beer.
I can't justify the cost of it. No, nor can I justify the loss of making it.
Okay.
But we want to offer beers at a reasonable price, and I understand like some of the prices may be on the higher side, but as a small brewery with no hop contracts, being able to pick up hops at like $10 a pound, we have to justify some costs. We also don't have a canner. We don't have our own canner. We have to pay third-party canners to come on. And
Like
can
Ironheart.
You like it in the can.
Who doesn't like it in the can? Was that a fucking?
Sound drop.
Oh yeah, that was a
That
drop.
was a totally sound drop. That sounded really good.
That was me.
The audio
Those
is
are the
really
smooth
good.
sounds of Jay's voice.
Really
I'm like
good.
John Tesh in the morning. Has Cully canned your beer?
Cully no longer works.
I know that, but has he canned your beer?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I know.
Cully's the man. Cully,
He's going to come on the
Ryan,
podcast.
JP.
I talked to him.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, all the guys at Ironheart. Ironheart, I must say, great customer service. Does this sound like a plug?
No. Go ahead. You can plug them, though, if you
Yeah,
want.
whatever.
I've talked about them before.
I'll hit him up for money later.
Yeah. Tell him, yo, you got to pay me $100 if I'm playing some podcast.
No, I've talked about Ironheart before.
So seriously, like the Ironheart guys are unreal. Like I was super nervous to let anybody else handle our beer. You know, we handled it from start to finish when we first started bottling, and we're very particular about certain processes. And Ironheart came in, they kind of reassured us that they were going to do the job, and they come in, they just crush it. Literally, they'll package up 100 cases for us, 200 cases. Oh well, let's say 100 cases. They'll knock it out 2 hours, 3 hours, start to finish. That includes.
So they canned all these?
Maybe I'm over floating their boat there. Maybe 4 hours. No, I'm kidding. 4 hours. The canning process is really quick. They pound right through it.
What's an hour?
Whatever. What's an hour? 4 hours to it. But no, they really do a good job. Coley was one of the first guys we dealt with as the lead operations canner. Can I get my glass that I dropped back?
It's right there.
Oh, thank you.
Would you like a new glass?
I want some more beer.
Let's do it.
So do I.
Let me get you a
honestly.
clean
Me
glass.
off. We also dealt with Ryan, JP, some of the other guys. I can't remember everyone's name. I know it sounds awful, but I'm kind of at a point right now where I can't remember everyone's name. But those guys are great. Everyone we dealt with, highly recommend them for any small brewery trying to start out. It's tough though as a small brewery too. You have to have a certain amount of beer ready to make the value worth it at the time.
Keep going.
Nice.
I'm just getting beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
What do you want?
Just give me something.
We're gonna pop. Oh,
Have you ever thought about brewing a beer that was, I don't know, like breast themed?
can you dip your breaths in the kettle?
Huh? No, I don't think we really got that deep into it.
We're looking to do a collaboration with somebody.
Giving away our proprietary
to
information.
collaboration
Yeah.
to collaborate.
It's called
What?
it's called Brewbies.
Rubies, I like it. Can you bust that next night's
What's that nut?
execution?
I'll bust that nut.
God,
Thought you'd never ask.
don't edit anything. Out of this.
We're not going to.
Oh man.
So,
What else do we have to talk on this? I feel
Oh.
like Jap Tap is kind of we were talking about it on the break, and it really never came up in conversation. But
Now it did now. Jap tap.
Jap Tap,
It's fun to say.
Jap Tap, Jap Tap.
That
If I,
sounds,
if I was
like a drunk
Japanese
game.
Tap, tap, tap,
and
tap.
I was going to open a bar, I'd call it Jap tap.
I feel like we
Yeah.
should. We can hire Dan as a bartender. His eyes get kind of weird
And Devin.
chinky.
You can't say
you should just have the one.
I did.
He just looks like he's been baked for hours now. He's like, I'm on that good Vicodin right now with my broken ass arm.
Is it really broken? It's just hurt. Oh, you did.
That's
You
what
have
he's
stitches?
telling us.
So it's not really much an article as it is a picture
Somewhere-
of a
Those
Japanese guy.
Oxycontin, those Oxys
Somewhere-
right now.
Somewhere in Lower Connecticut, Dak Prescott is doing Dan's job.
It's just a picture of a Japanese guy
I
in
don't
front
know,
of
'cause
a
he
wall
looks like-
of
'cause he
taps.
looks like Tony Romo.
And the whole point is they don't label what beer is what, but he knows what each one is.
Well, that doesn't do the customer any good.
Well, I'm sure they have a list for them, but he knows exactly which tap is which.
If you open up a restaurant called Jap Tap, it should just be one tap, though.
I'm looking at 30 taps only alone in this picture,
That's
and
what
there's
Jap
more
taps.
beyond it. So.
Where's that beer, Jay? Shut the fuck up.
But
Give
what
me
is
the beer.
that? All right, so
That's
what does
fair.
that do for anybody, though?
Oh, they're just saying how crazy. It's like the guy who wrote limericks for all the words in the dictionary.
Webster? Is that who you're talking about?
No, some old guy.
Yeah,
Webster?
The kid from Webster wrote limericks for all the.
It would sort of be like playing roulette, though. Like if you play the numbers, order a beer, and then
that'd be kind of cool. Like
bet with your friend
spin a
just see what
gun.
which
comes out.
tap it will be.
Except when the guy puts a bullet in there.
playing.
No, I could be like, I'm gonna have the
Russian
double
roulette.
IPA, and I'm gonna put $10 that it's the fourth one over top row.
Pass it over there.
Oh, we're going some weird clock.
This is like when you like put a tire on a car.
Counterclockwise.
You
You
like
do
a
the
star.
nuts over here
You
and
do
there.
star
and then
formation.
1, 4, 3, 5, 2.
Something like
So what beer is this?
This is Knight's Executioner. This is. I should be more enthusiastic about that.
Yeah.
This is Knight's Executioner. Knight's
You can tell it's
Executioner.
getting late into the podcast. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck this
Knight's
beer.
Executioner. This is our coffee porter. I believe it's 5.5%. Is that what the label says? Can you confirm me on that? Sorry.
I like that a lot better than the stout, actually.
Yeah, this is
A lot
good.
better.
Yeah, the
huh?
stout is definitely
5.5.
Yeah, 5.5%. Porter, super. Dude, you licked it like you were licking a cock. It was pretty sexual.
Ew,
Probably-
probably music about your dick sack.
He probably gives pretty good blowjobs.
I mean, I've always said this. I know I could give a good blowjob. I've never done it, but I know if I did, it would be awesome.
I know how I want it to feel, so I'm gonna make the best ones ever.
Exactly. I'd be the best gay guy.
Man. Anyways,
As long as you're into bears.
Good times, guys. Good times.
anyways, a nice executioner, 5.5% coffee porter. We use a coffee from Willoughby's Coffee out in Brantford, Connecticut. We did I can't remember the per barrelage rate, but it was definitely over what everyone told us to do, and I didn't give a shit. And I was like, they were like, yeah, use X amount of ounces per barrel, whatever it was. I was like, we're going to go more than that because why the heck not? It was actually a very small batch of it. I wanted to give it a test run. It was 8 barrels we did of it, super small. And it actually ended up being better than I thought. I think, in terms of a coffee porter, exactly where I wanted it to be. I'm really excited to drop it again. We're going to make some tweaks to it, kind of fluff it up a little bit more. Kind of goes good with your blowjob joke there, fluffing. But I really like it. I think it pairs well with desserts.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it actually kind of hitting. I think these dark beers fell really perfect into our eating habits.
How would you fluff it?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
I think we're going to
Little
mash
coffee
Cradle
after your
balls?
cake?
No,
or-
definitely tickle the balls a little bit more, but definitely up the mash temperature on that bad boy.
A little thicker body.
I think the coffee added a bitterness to it that we weren't expecting, especially using it at a higher rate. So definitely definitely upping the mash temperature, maybe throwing something a little bit more dextrinous in there. I'm very proud of it. I've actually, the first week that we canned it, I took a case home and it was gone. I just kept drinking it.
It's
I
very
couldn't get over
drinkable, for sure.
it. Super. I'm going to take a sip real quick. If I can.
Oh, you're going to dump another one?
Yeah, I've got 2
I
of
keep
these at
looking
home.
at the microphone because it's like a dick in my face.
No, that's my dick.
Oh, sorry.
The microphone's over here.
Must have
Please, can you
49ers,
zip
know
up?
that kind.
Yeah. Like in terms of a coffee porter, I like it. Like I said, first time around doing it, and I talked a little bit earlier about the Privateer series. And you guys were asking a little bit about recipes before the break. You guys want to know what we do?
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, it does.
Are you gonna
Pull back the
divulge
curtain.
that?
All right, I'm going to have to kill you all.
That's fine.
first.
I'm 37. I got nothing left.
That'd be so awesome.
That's also true.
There's 6 of us in this room. It's definitely going to get on the news.
Please give me a drink, please. Well, our proprietary yeast is 1272 American Ale.
2.
1272 American Ale. I don't know. We order through Imperial Organic in Portland, Oregon. I think.
Really?
Yeah, something around there.
You
Something
use
around
like slurries and shit? Like the big fucking jabbies?
I don't know what a slurry is, but
Not slurry, but like the whole big, it's like one big thing for the batch.
no, not like a big smack pack. No, they give it to us in like a
It's like a jug.
5-gallon, 20 liter package.
Yeah, not a smack pack.
Yeah. They call it something different. They call it Independence. It's our proprietary yeast. We use it in everything. The only beer it wasn't used in to date were the Ghost of Atlantis Saison and the Liberty Abandoned. We actually tried something different with the Liberty. We were trying to get... I was a little unsure of the what the alcohol percentage could handle on the 1272, so we use 1056 in the Liberty. I think we're going to switch over to the 1272 on the next round of Liberty to kind of give it a little more body. Using the Ghost of Atlantis is a farmhouse ale, so we're definitely not using that. We'd also want to start introducing other yeasts into the process, do some more wild fermentation things, work a little bit with some lactose strains. Drinking
I
blood.
was hoping it wasn't shit. It was brown, and on my fingers it was frosting. It was frosting from the cupcake.
kind of freaked me out there. You were sucking it pretty sensually, so I was like
Staring in your eyes.
You're like, hey, boy,
Oh, that was actually another story that I wanted
you want
to,
some of that
to talk
Liberty
about.
Abandoned?
Wait, what?
Remember
How's that remind you of
Remember
a
we
story?
talked about how the astronauts are drinking piss up there in space?
Yeah.
No way.
Russian piss, actually.
And I-
The American astronauts are drinking Russian piss.
Yeah, which I said means we definitely lost the Cold War. but
Jesus.
but just to clarify, the Russians were more than happy to throw away their urine.
oh yeah,
The American astronauts stopped them and said, "Hey, man,
We could recycle that shit.
you throwing away that piss?
I'll drink that.
I mean the Russians are into it. Our president,
you gonna
got
drink that piss
peed on
now?
by a hooker in Russia.
Who?
Our president,
Who?
Who?
not my president.
What's his name? Can you tell us?
No, I can't actually. I don't remember. But there's a story today that NASA has developed something that's
They absolutely recycle piss.
yeah, but now they're going to recycle shit.
Come on, what are you going to do with it?
Eat
make
it.
A, make a fucking cake?
Eat it. I
No
swear
way.
to God.
Flourless chocolate
No
cake?
way.
You know that
swear to
cocoa
God.
ingredient?
Gross.
They've got like a proprietary like strain of some sort of like
That's pretty much what they fill bean burritos with, anyway.
Drunken ass Tony Romo.
we're all
over here.
we're all watching Dan put his coat on with one arm.
He's not drunk. He just has one arm. It looks like he's drunk. But he's just. Let me hold the bottom down like a dad.
Just ask for help. It doesn't.
There you go.
yeah.
You look like pre Jessica Simpson Tony Romo. Like
You went
early
out with
Tony
Jessica
Romo.
Simpson?
Yeah, man. Like
I-
08, 09.
Dan, thank you, brother.
Thank you, Dan.
You leaving, man?
Appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
He's like, I'm tired of listening to your
Feel
fucking
better.
dick jokes.
We are nothing if we're not drinking and dick jokes.
Exactly. That was pretty disgusting.
Oh, Anna's
That's right.
the gravy.
Anna's in Shelton is doing a Tide Pod shot.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's like 3 different colors. I think it's like their 4th of July shot, but they're calling it the Tide Pod now.
Can you believe that shit? I know it's not a topic of discussion. You know
That's
what?
fine.
We're gonna add Tide
Yeah,
Pods.
let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
What
No, do
the
it.
fuck
This is
Let's talk
just a
about it.
guy.
is up with people? What are they
Stupid
thinking?
kids.
So that all started on Reddit, I think, as a joke.
Sounds right.
I
No,
want
I
to
think it
know
was just
who the
memes
person
on
is
it.
who
No, no,
started
no.
that shit. That was retarded.
It was. They started back in July on Reddit.
You could say it. It's not a bad
No,
word.
no.
It's just a word. Words aren't bad.
No.
Words aren't bad. It's
I, try
how
not
you-
to- I don't use words like that. Nope.
Can I
No,
say
but
it?
It's all in the context, man.
Can I say it?
It's not special needs. It is retarded because retarded literally means taking a step back and slowing down. And if you're eating Tide Pods, you're slowed down.
No, sorry, I slipped, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
It's-
not the word I
no,
like to
you're-
use.
you're
They're
retarded.
fucking stupid, is what I wanted to say. But that's like the fact that people do shit like that, and it like blows up your fucking newsfeed too, as
Yeah.
a social media consumer, whatever you want to call yourself. Like you see it, and you're like, "What are these fucking people think?" And it really takes public eye, and then more people want to
Yeah.
do it. The fact that the press pushes it on drives me insane.
Oh, the press pushes everything.
Yep.
And let's be honest. When we were kids, we did dumb shit too, right? Like
Yeah, but
I would never eat a
I
fucking
didn't
Tide
eat
Pod.
laundry detergent.
I snorted salt.
I made
I snorted pixie
Who
sticks.
was that on our
Definitely
Instagram?
did that. That was like the thing. It's like, yo, dude, you want some of this pixie
I'm
stick?
not
When
gonna say I didn't do
when
that, but-
when I posted when I
with the
posted
fucking
Tide
straw
Pod
and
thing on
everything.
our-
Yeah, take it with this one. Break that shit open. Ooh, that burnt a little bit.
Who was that?
I got a sugar rush.
When I posted on Instagram, I don't know if it was
Malvin P. Lawnmower Pants?
I don't know if it was Jim Lepresti's mother or somebody put on there like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah, yeah.
And I wrote
yeah,
back, and I was kind of being tongue in cheek, but I was kind of being serious too. I wrote back, I'm like, "Listen, in middle school, I snorted enough pixie sticks to make Keith Richards jealous." All right, like, and you can make the argument that I am just fine. So
could you?
Did anything happen when you snorted pixie
If
sticks?
you gave me
or
a
were you
pixie
just
stick
like-
right now, I just snort it for fun because to bring back childhood memories.
Does it
Yeah.
do anything?
no,
No,
it
absolutely not.
burns.
It fucking hurt.
It
You
burns.
took one
Probably
sniff
not as
and
bad
it
as
prepared
salt.
you for cocaine later in your life.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I
Actually,
had to say.
I'd like to thank Willy.
Pixie sticks for my cocaine habits.
No, I'd like to thank Willy
I do not have
Wonka
a
and
cocaine
Pixie
habit on
Sticks.
record.
I like to thank them for getting me away from doing cocaine because the burning sensation from the Pixie Sticks. I'm like, Coke must be 20 times worse.
It's not.
This is just
High five to
it
that
worked.
one.
I've never done it. It's worked.
Know what's worse? Fucking salt.
Thank you, Pixie Sticks.
Salt is terrible.
I can imagine that.
I did it.
Bath salt or regular salt?
Just salt, table salt. Morton's
Wait,
most
you
likely.
snorted salt?
Yeah.
Jay also
My cousin told me to at a Burger King in like Virginia. We were
Burger
on
King
our way to
bathroom?
like
is it a Burger King
Florida.
bathroom? Did you once get busy at
Was
a
it
Burger King
Los
bathroom?
Pollos
I was
or
right
Montos?
I was
Are
at
you sure it wasn't meth?
we were on our way down to Disney.
Was it
and
blue or white?
My cousin told me to snort it, so I just put it in my hand and snorted it, and then ran to the bathroom.
It's like,
Is this your cousin that played the guitar on his penis, or
No, this
the
is a
cousin,
different
that?
With his dick ring.
Is your cousin Nelson from The Simpsons?
He's got
Why
several.
would he make you
Yo,
snort?
you remember Ben Nelson?
Yes.
I can't live without your love and affection.
They're awful.
Never heard that.
They
Yes,
were
you have.
awful.
Don't lie. They're sons of some Nelson.
They were twins, right?
Oh, Nelson.
Yeah. Who's the
That's-
famous 50s Nelson guy?
When you just said,
Nelson Salveen.
have you heard
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
band
That's the only
Nelson?
Nelson I know.
Yeah.
I thought you said, have you ever heard of Van Nelson?
Oh, no.
And I was like, no. Ricky Nelson?
Oh, yeah, Ricky Nelson.
That's
it.
his name, right?
That was the dad.
The little blonde twins.
Fun times.
Not the good kind.
Let's bust out,
Not the good blonde.
let's bust out that mermaid code.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it. And let's talk about this next topic on the sheet we got today.
You know who-
London's #1 restaurant that doesn't serve shit.
Well, they
Or-
might if they're in NASA. If they're in the space program, they might
Oh, no,
start serving shit.
they
too.
are serving shit.
Just tell the story. There's nothing to read.
I don't know the story.
Dave.
No, so the
Dave.
story is there was a dude in London who worked for TripAdvisor or worked for restaurants making fake TripAdvisor reviews to try and up the restaurant's rating in TripAdvisor. So finally he was like, well, fuck this. I bet you I could get a restaurant that doesn't exist to get #1 just by doing reviews. So long story short, he did within like
Definitely poured heavy for
That
myself.
shit right there.
Definitely
Fuck is
poured
that
heavy.
about?
motherfucker. Within like 5 or 6 months, this dude just by making like TripAdvisor like
Scumbag.
Reviews. about his own
reviews
self.
about his restaurant that didn't exist. He called it the Shed because he did it from his shed in his backyard.
Jay just pulled a puff, 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 give.
And like he did it. He made it to #1 on TripAdvisor in London with a restaurant that didn't exist. Going
call
for like
myself
6
out, I
months.
will.
Going for like 6 months with
no,
having
no,
people
no.
call him, trying to get reservations, just tell him they were booked, and then
my birthday.
finally opened up for a day. Like one night, he was like finally like starting to give people reservations, and he had to like go pick them up from somewhere blindfolded so he could bring them to their house and walk them into the backyard.
Do you know what he fed him?
Yeah, like
Hot bucket.
like microwave macaroni and cheese. Like, it
Iceland
was all,
ready
like-
meals.
Yeah, it was like all like really cheap,
Icelandic
Kraft
meals.
macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
This is the best.
but like,
mac
but they
and
did it
cheese.
like, but they like dressed it with like fresh herbs.
I'm sure they got great ratings.
Oh, there were people trying to make reservations as they were leaving to
Yeah.
come back.
That's how dumb society is.
Yeah, you tell them they want something and they want it.
It's like CrossFit. It's
I don't know,
no,
dude.
it's construction work.
I follow.
You can get a job doing construction work. Like you can carry bricks from here to there and build something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you can flip that tire over into a pile of trash at the junkyard.
That's a,
These are all jobs that people do.
This fucking beer, man.
dare I
This
say,
is Mermaid?
Dare I say juice bomb?
This shit's delicious. I feel like I've said that about everything.
I think it tastes like shit.
You only brought one can of this?
He only ever made one can of it.
That's all. I mean, I probably had like 2 other cans off the brewery, but that's one of the last 5 or something. Maybe.
What's the what's it like getting cans from you? Is it like is there weights and stuff?
No, we're not. We're not the baller status yet.
So like
I walked in.
I know it sounds
Ordered
kind
it,
of
nobody's there.
No.
Like-
Well, actually, I posted when I cracked open the Bikini Island last night. I posted it on. There's a Connecticut craft beer lovers group on Facebook, and I posted it up. And someone actually did respond. They wanted to know like are there growler fills? What's the can response?
Yeah,
Or what's
sure.
the-
So we don't do growler fills.
Oh, yeah,
I honestly I don't know. I might.
Are you against
regret,
growlers?
I might regret this later on saying this, but like I think growler fills are disgusting to me. I also don't think it expresses the beer in the best format for customers. I think draft beer as itself is great. I'm kind of maybe coming into growlers because they're not recyclable as growlers are. I don't know. I kind of feel different about that. But
So you're anti-green.
No, I think I'm more pro quality. Like that's my thought on that is the fact is like we want our customers to have the best experience. We pay these canners to can our beer, and that's the packaging format we're going to offer it in. So if we're going to pay all this money to get these products in cans, like what's the point of offering a growler fill when we could just you order draft at the bar and you order cans to go? To me, I think it's redundant to offer growler fills of things that you offer in cans right at the brewery or in a package store.
You're not the only person that holds this.
Yeah,
I've
man.
heard other people say it recently. Not just recently, but in general.
I think growlers were great back in 1960, 1980, whatever.
I just don't really like them. It's a pain in the ass to carry it fucking around.
And
You
then
got to drink
32
it in like
32
the
ounces
first
you have
day.
to drink all in one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just gives
Or 64 ounces. 32 is the howlers. Fuck.
Yeah. It just gives hipsters something neat to put up on a shelf.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a couple empty growlers that I just look at.
I don't think we'd ever, if we opened up a spot, I don't think we'd ever offer growler fills. We would just try and find a way to make the beer to go at more of a reasonable price with like our own canning line, etc.
What is the normal can availability at the brewery? Do you normally have some stuff there?
We
or?
definitely have stuff available. I can't say what's available at any given time.
Right. But there's normally a couple.
There
options.
definitely, we definitely have stuff to go all the time.
Do you keep like your social media updated, or you just have to come in and find out?
I should have probably burped in the.
You just blew that right in my face. It actually
Smelled
kind
like
of
Galaxy
smell
House.
like Galaxy House.
Yeah, it kind of tasted good. I'm not gonna lie.
In terms of like keeping them updated, so on can release days, we'll definitely update if something runs out. But in terms of like what's on a weekly basis, we're not like constantly feeding the
Yeah.
we're not feeding the inventory saying like, hey, come down today on like a Tuesday because we have cans available and they're going to be sold out. It's like, come on down, see what we have available. We want to give our customers, the experience to also try the beers when they come down to the brewery. Which I should also say, because you guys haven't brought this up, is we don't even own our own brewery.
Yeah, I saw that on the website because I was.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah. Totally.
So that's what I was trying to get to is like when is it available to get cans?
So,
et cetera, et cetera.
Where are you?
Yeah, like how do I?
let's talk about
So
the
where do
brewery.
I go to get more of this? Because I want more of this.
Okay.
John's house because
So-
there's no more left.
We are a gypsy brewery. We do not own
I've come
our
for
own.
your tears, Gypsy.
Oh,
Go ahead, sorry.
all I think is Borat when I think
Yeah,
gypsy. Yeah,
That's what I just did.
I know. Her vagina hang like sleeve of wizard. So we're a gypsy brewery in East Haven, Connecticut. We manufacture, package, self-distribute all of our products out of there. 250 Bradley Street, East Haven, Connecticut. Our tap room is shared. So Overshore, it's actually the Overshore's tap room, and we share the location with them. So you can come in Monday through. Actually, we're open 7 days a week.
Are you really?
So 12 to 4, Monday through Friday, is beer to go only. And then from Thursday and Friday, the tap room for beers, pints, is now you got me thinking about that. 4 to 9, and then for pints, and then on Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday is, oh God, I'm probably gonna regret this. 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then Sunday is 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. is open for draft. So you can come in, enjoy our beers. A lot of times we have at least 4 beers on the draft. It kind of rotates between Overshore's, Armada, and some of the other breweries we got going on there. Overshore is kind of evolved from being like their own brewery more into a co-op brewery. So in addition to Armada, there are other breweries available for you to enjoy on draft day as well.
So when you have draft lines open, you can still take cans home. It's
Absolutely.
not one or the other.
So we always have cans available of what we have in stock, and we try to keep about like 10% of what we produce in house for to go. Yes.
Right.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a different situation than what many of the other breweries in the country have. I know there are a lot of other breweries like Soleil and I think some of those farmhouse ales, I can't think of the names right now.
There's no reason why there shouldn't be 1,000 videos online of idiots sitting in line with every family member they could conjure up
Yeah.
to walk out of there with.
I
cases
honestly
and cases and
think
cases
it's
of
going to
this.
get there.
This is amazing.
It's a word of mouth thing, really. but
Actually,
it's
yeah.
going to get there.
We have
The
like,
quality's
You
there.
just
We have
got
like
a
a-
heavy drinking bump. This is gonna make you fucking.
we have like
Bump, bump.
We're
I
very
don't know
famous.
how big of a
Bump,
bump
thumbs
it's
up,
gonna
bump.
be.
It's gonna be
Thumbs
like, dude. This is gonna reach like 10 people.
I don't know how big of a bump it's going to be, but I made a joke on we have like a messaging app that we all use, and I said I kind of need some sort of guarantee before we really start pushing this of like personal delivery of like whatever or like I'll take.
I want a bunch of free blowjobs or hand
I'll have
jobs before.
Jay is totally willing to do that for
well,
us.
and I brought that up, and I
I'll give you a
said
punch card.
I said a key's cool. Like
punching a dick card.
I said a key's cool, man. We'll take a key.
Keys are great.
Yeah, but he
we'll
doesn't
leave
own his
money
own
on the
brewery,
counter.
so he can't do that.
We can leave money on
He's
the
got
counter.
keys.
I'm just saying I don't want to wait in line.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's your question?
What
is
your
it from a customer?
What is your favorite non-gender pronoun?
Oh yeah, we always ask that.
What is that?
What is your favorite non-gender pronoun?
Porno?
Pronoun.
Pronoun?
Pronoun.
Your favorite
Non.
Non-gender
Gender.
pronoun.
He, she,
Gender
they,
neutral is
it.
what you.
They're all
Yeah.
good. Just the one you like the most.
What is your favorite non?
What is your favorite
Gender
gender-neutral
neutral
pronoun? I guess is the rest of it.
What do you
Gender-neutral
identify as?
Mine, appropriately enough, evolves.
I ask everyone
So,
this.
What
never
do
the same every
I-
I'm dog gendered today.
And not even what you not what you call yourself. What's your favorite one that you've heard, if you've heard one? Do it.
I think he's gonna snort. Someone's gonna snort.
He is,
over
he
here.
is, he is.
Favorite towel.
Get that microphone closer to his mouth real quick.
Asking for favorite towel.
Came out of your nose, I think.
It wasn't beer. It was like snot.
I was going to say,
Gross.
Oh, that was funny.
You don't have to answer it, but it's fun to ask.
searching
feel like-
mermaid coast to your nose probably completely changes the profile of it.
No, it actually it's
more
an aromatic now.
olfactory.
I'm not saying for the worst. I'm just saying.
So I think
changes it.
I personally think, for one, you caught me off guard on that question.
I knew. Thank you.
Secondly, I don't have an answer for that.
Nobody ever does.
No, I just I love how you're crossing out everything on there except for pot violence. I can't wait for that conversation.
Yeah, what is that about?
Yeah, we're,
It's
well,
misleading.
yeah.
Just like not neutral gender pronouns.
You know,
See what I did? See what I did there?
Gender neutrality, like, I am one to believe in that. You
don't have to answer anything, by the way.
it's a really, I think it's a very touchy subject because there are extremists in both directions.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, personally, is that I believe everyone should be able to express themselves the way they want to be, and I personally express myself in the way I want to be. I express myself, I believe, sexually as well as, my brand as well. I express myself in any way, and I'm not afraid to say how I feel about things, but I also think that some things shouldn't be put up for, political debate. And if a lot of times people come back with things that they have to say that are against what I believe, I just ignore them. Because I'm not one to debate somebody for, you have your belief and I have my belief. And if you disagree with my belief, that is your opinion. And I'm not one to tell you that you're right or that you're wrong.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. You can laugh at my fuck you too.
I was literally reading a list of gender neutral pronouns.
Yeah, and I probably mentioned some of those. And personally, like
Zemself with an X.
I have a daughter. I have a young daughter. Oh yeah, that kind of fell in really well to I have a daughter. I have a daughter, and if she decided that she wanted to be gay, heterosexual or bisexual or
Dog gendered.
whatever, she wanted to be transsexual, I would support anything my daughter wanted, and that, I think, as any parent, that's how you need to be. Is you need to support your children and follow through on their beliefs and follow through on their dreams. And if they want to do something that's against what you personally believe, that's not you to tell them what to do. What you could do is guide them in the right direction and if they want to choose to be what they want to be, that is their.
I agree
choice.
with you.
I love you, man.
I also have a daughter, and Paulo does too.
Yeah.
And while I might not necessarily agree with like everything, I don't disagree with anything. I just have like my ideas.
Sure.
And so like I will teach her those ways, but I would never like teach her in a hateful way to think that one thing is like better than the other or whatever. I'm trying to be very PC for some reason. I don't know.
Basically,
You know what? I think that everybody's
Love.
entitled to their opinion.
Love.
If you have a different opinion than mine, that's what makes good conversation.
Yeah.
What do you think publicans were made for? They made for people to come together.
It's pub. That's
Yes.
long.
Express their ideas, express their opinions, and that's where good conversation and good arguments came together in those publicans. We're sitting at a bar right now.
Yeah.
People don't know this. We're sitting at a bar.
Yeah.
If you want to debate my fucking topic, fucking please debate
yeah,
it.
but I don't debate you. I love my daughter. There's nothing she could ever do to change that, and
Yeah.
I would support her. I would try to guide her in what I think is not necessarily right, but best for her. I guess I would say not right or wrong, but best for her.
What you think is best in your mind, and
Yeah.
she will make her decisions. You cannot
And I
control
want
an
her to
adult
make-
18-year-old child.
I want her to make her decisions.
She's going to make her own decision at 18.
and that's what
period.
I want. I want her to do.
Period.
But that's not the problem. The problem is people legislating their choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You
Yeah,
can
well,
tell,
you
cannot tell
you
people
can
what to
say,
do.
yeah, but they do
Period.
all the time.
They try to, and that's
Well,
why you
all
have
the time.
protests.
Well, there should be a little bit of like a line.
What do you mean?
Just like not to bring up
There's no line,
not
but
to
there
bring
should be a
up
line.
not to bring up defamed comedians about like what Louis says, like things that are not can't be.
What?
What he's talking about, like, because then we'd have like shit like giant ants with top hats. You know, it's like
I have no idea what you're
That's
talking about.
completely extreme.
no,
you
I
have
know.
to be realistic
I
to
know.
some extent.
It was a joke.
Was that the last of the Armada?
That
Yeah.
was, but that doesn't mean this conversation has to.
No,
No,
I'm
there's
not
more
saying it
beer.
does. I was just gonna say I'll take one of my singles.
Trash the fucking bar.
Would you like to try some Dharmic or
Oh, yeah, I
Karmic
would
Bar?
actually.
Talk about
I really
pot
would.
violence.
Talk about it.
Who
Let's
the
not-
fuck is hitting people over the head with pots?
Let's not talk about what the story said. Let's talk about what we think about that title that I wrote.
Give me a Karmic Daru.
I have no idea what I just said.
Karmic Daru.
all right. Actually, yeah. Let's play a little game. What do you think that article means based on the way that Jay wrote it on the wall?
Pot violence?
Yes.
I think people hitting each other over the head with the pots and pans.
I kind of want to see videos of that now.
I do too. Have you heard of this movie? Pots and pans?
I don't
No.
need- I don't need a whole one. I
Daru.
just-
Oh, Karmic Daru. From what I understand, is they are a owner of a package store that hired another brewery to make their beer. Is that correct? That's my
brewed.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
Thimble Island.
Yeah.
Oh, it's made right down the street.
Shit.
Good for Thimble.
I know. We
I
talked
hope
to them
that
and they're
is my
coming on.
cupcake smudge and not the beer. Yeah, it is my cupcake smudge. Okay.
It's my cum. Does anybody want to try?
I do.
I'll take a little bit.
Everyone wants to drink your cum.
Everybody wants some.
Dude, actually, it smells phenomenal. That's really
They're
good.
gonna be coming on soon.
They are coming on soon.
May.
Hold on. They're opening a brewery?
No. The I think yes, please.
You don't have to open it up.
No, don't you don't have to open another one. That's fine.
Yours, you bought it.
I know. That's why I'm saying open another one.
You have a whole one.
No, I'm all right. Yeah,
It's great. It's grapefruity.
I found it a few months ago and I enjoyed it.
Where did you
It's
find this one?
At a liquor store nearby. That was Kindred Spirit.
That's really good.
right.
Super dry, crisp, clean,
Yeah.
very clear. Like it's not super bright like a fucking filtered beer, but
Yeah.
I love it. That's actually very drinkable. That's phenomenal. That's something I go to the bar and
that's
have
really
a full
good.
pint of like with my dinner. I like that a lot.
Nice and crisp.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I like about it.
Sweet. So many good beers in Canada.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a beer like this now. I'm gonna call it Karma. And
So-
that's it.
So the Hannity thing really doesn't. I just wanted to touch
Who's
on
Sean Hannity?
it. All right. So without saying the president's name, and this really has nothing to do with him. It's more like the moral of the video. But do you have it pulled up?
No.
Can you pull it up for me?
I can.
It's funny because
He's actually taking down his Pornhub things real quick.
That's a different
Well,
tab.
that's actually the video.
It's
it needs to
it's
pull
on
up.
incognito mode right now. I see it in the background.
I'm not I'm a believer. Not a believer. I know like better than to believe anything that you hear on Fox News. But there's a lot of people that don't. And it's rare that you find such precise examples of why you shouldn't believe anything on there. But last night they actually did something amazing
on Fox News.
On Fox News, Hannity actually went on and
jerked off in front of everybody.
Went over the whole story about the president wanting to fire the special investigator and him getting
Robert Mueller.
Yeah, and because a bunch of people. Well, before you play, I just want to explain it. A bunch of people denied it happening. So he went on the air and essentially denied it. Said, we have a bunch of sources. I went over, I talked to all of them. They all said no. So this is just a fake story they're putting out there just to distract people. And he literally goes to commercial break, comes back from commercial break and goes, Fox News is confirming that he did actually. You know what? So what? So what? So what?
Let's see this video.
He wanted
this shit up.
Hold on. He goes
our direction.
He goes. So what? So what? So he wanted him fired. You know what? But you know what's more important? Check out this car crash. And they cut to a They cut to a car crash video, like a distraction.
No way, dude.
Play it. Watch.
All right. Turn it our way. You hear the audio. You muted the Pornhub, right?
Now, tonight, for example, they're trying to change the story. At this hour, the New York Times is trying to distract you. They have a story that Trump wanted Mueller fired sometime last June, and our sources, and I've checked in with many of them, they're not confirming that tonight. And the president's attorney dismissed the story and says, no comment, we're not going there. And how many times has the New York Times and others gotten it wrong?
Back from commercial break.
So we have sources tonight just confirming to Ed Henry that, maybe Donald Trump wanted to fire the special counsel for conflict. Does he not have the right to raise those questions? You know, we'll deal with this tomorrow night. We have a shocking video of the day to bring you, by the way. This footage comes to us from Arizona where...
Get out of here! Look at that car crash! Shit!
Actually, if you can find that video,
car crash. Yeah,
find that video just for the car crash. That was pretty
they found the craziest car crash to pivot off of that story with.
They're like, you know what?
That was pretty
I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Trump, but you know what? You don't want to know about Trump, so I'm gonna show you the car crash.
They went to commercial break.
So many shots.
They literally went to commercial break, and Hannity turned to producer and said, "The craziest fucking car crash
we have ever seen.
Find it now.
Get one now, yeah. We know there's one happening somewhere.
I just thought that was entertaining. That's all.
That was ridiculous. That was actually the car crash was pretty insane.
Yeah,
it was like a big
pretty
poof
funny.
of like smoke and everything.
I just like so what? But you know what? We'll talk about this tomorrow.
I saw a video today.
We're going to regroup.
I saw a video today of a guy in China who was buying a new battery for his iPhone, and he bit into it to see if it was real, and it fucking exploded in his mouth.
Why would you bite into a battery?
He's Chinese.
What? It's the most racist thing I've ever heard.
Wait.
All Chinese people bite into batteries.
You need to start listening from episode 1.
I want to know what Chinese people know that I don't.
Apparently, that lithium ion is like the most fire crack you've ever done.
No. I get
Firecracker in your mouth.
I get biting into a coin to make sure it's gold and not chocolate. What would you get out of biting into a battery?
An explosion in your mouth.
Is this a chocolate battery?
I mean, I've touched
You're gonna get that energy boost.
I've touched
bro.
my tongue to the contacts on a D battery, not a D battery,
A 9 volt.
Yeah,
It's the only one you can do it on,
Yeah.
unless you have a fucking circle or C tongue.
My
was hot.
older brother made me.
You wanna do
whatever
it again?
you said he did was great.
My older brother made me look.
I don't have a sexy looking tongue, so that's kind of weird. But
He made me look at
tongue's a
Casio
tongue.
keyboard adapter once. When I was like 6.
It's like plugged into the wall?
Yeah, he went with the tastes like strawberries trick. Yeah,
Who did that?
My brother.
Shout out to Tina.
He was 10. I was probably 4 or 5.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
He's like, it tastes like strawberries. I'm
hey,
like,
check out these Casio strawberries I got going on over here.
I'm like,
That shit's digital.
I'm like, that black wire plugged into the wall. Tastes like strawberries. He's like, yeah. I'm like, give me that one. Let me see what you're talking about.
Oh my god!
No, I'm lucky.
Oh my God.
I'm lucky that it was a Casio keyboard adapter because that brick that plugs into the wall actually
It actually reduces the voltage,
drops the voltage.
to 12 volts.
My brother did not know this, so clearly he was trying to murder me.
Was it positive negative or negative positive on the outside?
No, it's just like, what do you mean?
Was that why you have an
Never
afro?
mind. That was a nerd joke that no one got here.
No.
What did I just hear?
What?
Somebody play something?
Oh,
No.
you gonna play some?
That was weird.
What's going on?
Nobody heard anything.
All right.
I heard a weird.
Back up to the next topic here.
Confused.
Delaney's.
Yeah, apparently Delaney's is going to be coming back.
They've been talking about this for a long time. I'm not really sure that it's gonna, but I hope it does. I love
Do
that.
you know
fucking place.
Delaney's? Johnny?
Before
I have no clue who the fuck Delaney is.
Delaney's was a tap room like with
I
30
thought it was like a fucking song or something.
down in Westville, New Haven.
yeah, it was a great fucking
Down
bar.
in Westville.
Yeah.
Do you know where like fucking
No, wait. Delaney's in
Delaney-
New Haven?
Yeah, it burned down.
Oh, yes. I know Delaney's.
That's what this is about.
They're talking
Oh,
They're talking about rebuilding it on the same place with the apartments above it and stuff. But they've been trying to push this through like pretty much ever since it burned down. So I'm not really sure how.
That was years
close it
ago.
is.
That was the liquor store, right? And then they ended up buying out all the other guys like Amity and cut that out. Probably should talk about that.
No, it was a bar.
Yeah, no, but Delaney's owns all the liquor stores.
Do they?
Delaney's the bar?
The guy?
From my understanding,
Maybe. I have no idea.
whoever
Yeah, no, I
cuts
never did.
my
I don't know either.
checks, I probably don't know if we're gonna put that on. But, yeah, whoever cuts my
You
checks,
get to just. We told you.
it's from Delaney's Liquors.
Wait, they sell your stuff at Amity?
Amity. I don't know if I should be saying this stuff now. Amity's.
Why not?
Why? You
I
just-
sell
don't
your
know,
beer?
Yeah, Amity's, Town Line,
oh fuck. Amity's
Coastal,
like mad
all
close
the
to me.
Delaney's. Yeah, I don't know I don't know if we're legally allowed to say that stuff, but there's like crazy laws. But hey, post it and if they ding us, we'll just cut it out later.
Hey, listen, if someone that high is listening, I'm good.
Yeah. No, actually, no, you're right. Keep it going. All right. Pot violence. Who the fuck is hitting each other over the head with pots?
What is that
It's
really?
actually the opposite of that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
beating
legalizing
up
marijuana reduces violent crime, according to a new study. And I just heard Joe Rogan talk about this today. It was a previous podcast of his, but I heard it today.
I've never known any motherfucker to smoke weed and walk into a room and beat people up.
Yeah, no, that's the point. Like crime is dropping. They're saying in those places where it has been legalized.
Yeah, it's saying that the lowest percentage of violent crime rates has been a 7% drop.
Absolutely.
So at the worst, it's dropped 7% in states that have legalized marijuana.
Absolutely. I am too fucking baked to get off my bed or couch to go do anything when I smoke weed.
You can't even.
I can't even.
With
Even if
With
my
anything.
lady was to like get up and get me angry, I'd be so high and I'd be like, honey, just shut up and go to sleep. Or get me some
forget what
Doritos.
The latest research published in the Economic Journal showed that crime has decreased by 13% on average in the states that border Mexico since approving marijuana for medical use alone.
That's because they're getting ready to jump the wall.
No one's jumping over to
I
Mexico.
think this is a very good topic of discussion.
I think that that's actually true. That the net,
It's gonna be a
immigration
net, not
over
a
the
wall?
wall is actually going back to Mexico at this point. I think that's actually. I think I've read that somewhere.
I don't think I believe it.
I'm drunk. but-
America's as weird as everything that is that's happening right now in America. People are still coming here.
I think Mexico gets a
Yeah,
bad
but I think
rep.
there's more people leaving than coming for the first time.
I think Mexico
Not
gets
in
a bad
my
rep.
house.
And Ozark got canceled, so whatever.
Wait, Ozark got canceled?
No, it didn't.
But
And
he
yet-
erroneously reported
Dude,
that.
don't fucking fool with me.
Dude, I've said
Jason
this.
Bateman is my fucking man.
I've
Love
said
Jason
this.
Bateman. He was on
over and
Little House on
over
the
again.
Prairie.
Jesus fucking Christ, my heart dropped there. for a
Jason
second.
Bateman was on Little House of the
He
Prairie.
was, yeah.
Who was he?
He was a little kid.
He must have been real little.
Jason,
He was one of the kids in the family.
Ozark is
He
by
was?
far like
Yeah.
the best fucking TV.
He was
like,
on the
it was
Prairie?
so solid. It was
was,
so
yeah.
good.
In that little
That's
house.
why.
His first role ever.
Really? I didn't know that.
Let's speak about the fucking wall. Fuck
The
that
wall,
fucking
American wall?
His sister was
Fuck
hot.
that
I
fucking
know that.
wall. That wall isn't going to do shit.
They can't.
No,
do, they
'cause they're
literally
not gonna
can't.
You know what?
They
He's going to
literally
build a higher
can't
wall.
do
They're
it.
going to build higher fucking ladders.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it ain't going to happen.
They can't
Flag
do
will
it.
fall with the walls we
You want to know
built.
what happens with walls? You have fucking airplanes.
They've already told
You
them
got walls,
that
you got helicopters.
they can't build it.
I hope they build it.
Well, not even that. They've been flying drugs over with drones.
I hope they build
Heard
it.
about Cards Against Humanity buying part of like the
Yeah,
border?
they did.
That was
They
really
did.
cool. I like that. I don't know if that's true. I hope it's true.
Oh no, they actually did.
They
but
actually
then
made part of the property.
they did, but the whole problem with it legally is that
They would have to-
They could just eminent domain it.
I hope
Eminent
they
domain. Yeah,
Listen,
exactly. You beat me to
I
the
hope
point,
they.
yeah.
I hope we do build a wall
Why?
because then we'll have like a wall.
You're Mexican.
Because we'll just have a wall. I mean, I don't want anyone to stay out.
See,
What,
this
what
is
do you
the
want?
problem
Somewhere
with
to
the
put
wall.
all your
You want a
boy
pretty
band
wall to put
posters?
graffiti on?
we'll have just the good wall of America.
No. Well,
the good wall of the great wall of America.
Listen,
the good wall.
if a bunch
The all right wall.
if a bunch of people
That would actually, by the time 2022 comes around, when this wall's finished,
It would be the
called
okay wall. It would be the okay wall of
the
America.
okay wall of America.
the highest underbid wall of America.
I would be perfectly okay with the wall. It's just security, right? I'd be okay with
Security from what?
From
Mexicans are
nothing.
only. I mean, this sounds very. I don't wanna get all right.
Mexicans are great people.
I personally
Yeah.
I don't think Mexico has any threat to America.
No, they're not.
They have no threat.
No.
What the fuck are they gonna do with building a wall?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Nothing.
I build walls for a living.
I love this. It's so
So
passionate.
I'm a
They got
Mason.
some big butt girls.
And
though.
this is
No,
why
I have a lot of passion for Mexicans. I love.
yeah.
Well, no. Well, that's what I'm
I
getting.
love-
That's what I'm getting to. You'll never hear me say anything bad about Mexican
Yes.
people because all the stonework was done by Mexican guys, very highly trained guys that I pay a lot of money.
I said I'm a butt and legs guy, so I mean
And
that's
me,
probably like
and
the
me.
number one destination.
And me, I did some of it. I did some
Mexico
of it.
for butt.
Butts,
But-
yeah.
I thought
But
Brazil
so
was
I have
butt.
a lot of respect for them. But what I'm saying is,
Different kind of butt.
if you want to get a bunch of supporters of the president together and they all want to pitch in their own money to put a wall on the border, have at it.
You know what?
But don't if
They're
you're
going to use tax money. They're not. Gonna
That's
use
what I'm saying.
No,
and that's what the
Mexico's
problem
going
is.
to pay for it.
They're not.
No, they're not going to fucking pay for it.
Obviously.
Don't believe the hype.
No. It never works out.
He retracted that statement. Fucking.
Yeah, but he said it
months
again.
ago.
Week two or something.
Because the whole thing that happens when you bring that up is people are like, oh, we'll just tax
Imports.
commodities imports coming in, but those people that import those commodities are business owners that aren't stupid, and if you tack a 20% tariff on something, they're going to tack a 40% increase.
They
on
just
the
put
cost.
a tariff on solar panels or
It's-
solar
yeah.
industry. Can you believe that?
Who
shit?
pays
The
for
tariff, the sun.
I'm gonna tariff the sun because that makes sense.
You know, there's like a whole bunch of people that think the moon is hollow and it's a base for like Nazi scientists.
Have you
hope
never
so.
seen Iron Sky?
No.
Wake up, dude.
If the moon was made from barbecue spare ribs, would you eat it? I would.
He's hosting this. He's hosting tomorrow or tomorrow.
What?
Will Ferrell's hosting Saturday Night Live tomorrow.
Oh, is he?
Nice. All right.
I like Elf.
Great movie.
That was a great movie.
That's a good movie. Too bad it's not Christmas anymore. I have no excuse to watch it.
You can always watch it.
Well, that's it.
No, that is.
Well, hey man,
We're done. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit.
Well,
Keep
we're not
going.
done.
What is our time frame?
the
right
show's done. We're not done.
11:10.
Yeah.
Now? How many hours have we been recording for?
I'd have to stop to know that. So
2.5.
Like
We're
2.5.
not stopping.
Well,
All right, we got
minus
half
a
an hour
break,
left.
minus a 10-minute
No, I'm
break.
kidding. That's all.
You're
You guys
not-
want to end?
You're not done, man. The podcast just is. You can hang out.
Yeah, we just want to take the headphones off.
Yeah, that's all.
I like listening to your voice. It
Yours is
sounds
pretty-
so sensual.
Mine
It
does?
Is
Thanks,
sensual the word?
Jay
All right.
Jay has some nice deep
All right.
bass.
Seriously, what do you do on Sunday?
Jay, can I read? Jay, can I read a plug over here?
Yeah.
No, you got
Yeah,
me
if
something
you
you
want.
read over here. Give me that laptop. I'll read the end quotes here.
I thought you were going to read a
End
poem.
quotes.
Oh no, he doesn't have anything written down.
This podcast was brought to you by Armada Brewing, and the audio recording was brought to you by Armada Brewing. And
I feel like we need to get
That's
Jim.
true.
We need to get Jim Lepresti, Dane Patton, Bill Steinbacher, and John together,
We don't have enough
And-
mics.
and they could just do. Their,
I'll get enough.
No,
mics.
no.
Oh, they have
no,
our mics?
No, we can go fuck off.
Oh, okay.
They can do the show.
Oh, we just have a guest
I'll get Bill
hosted
on here.
show.
Yeah, I guess so should show.
I like that. I'll get Bill on here.
Hey, we'll have you back whenever you want, man. Seriously,
Thank you.
you know, do like
Yeah.
that weird
In all
podcast
honest-
thing where you like. You space you out for a few months. You can come 2 or 3
I don't want to
episodes
talk
in a row
about
if you want.
Armada next time I come on here.
You don't have to.
I just want to be a guest, just to be fucking with
Definitely,
guests.
man. Please.
But
That's what
bring,
we're trying to
but
get at.
bring
whole
just
segment,
as much
fucking
beer.
with guests.
Yeah, just bring beer.
I'll bring beer. I don't give a shit. But just don't talk about the beer.
No,
I don't like the
beer.
beer.
You make
Well,
great beer.
Hey, before
Thank
we,
you. No, I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
That-
but-
We appreciate you bringing it. And I told these
Yeah.
guys fucking last week how good the beer was going to be.
It-
And they were like, well, Jay,
Honestly,
I just want to say,
first of all, nobody fucking did that. Second of all,
yeah,
honestly,
nobody
I
did
think it's probably the best beer I've had in Connecticut by far.
You guys are sucking my dick right
We're
now.
not.
Like,
We're gonna once we press stop.
No, I'm really humbled by your compliments. Thank you guys.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I love it a lot, and I'm gonna come on Sunday and buy some.
No, not only did I say how good the beer was going to be, but I also said how good of just a guest he would be, and how talkative he'd be and be involved in the conversation. I did.
Yeah, man, and humble, man.
I told you guys he would be.
Now he's blowing himself.
He is.
You're,
now you guys are blowing. Now you're making me look like I'm sucking my. I'm not that flexible.
I
tried
not you,
yoga,
Jay.
but
Jay,
like,
no, Jay's blowing himself.
oh, Jay's
Without-
blowing himself. Got it.
No, I'm
Jay
good.
definitely does not do yoga though.
I
Get that
have.
downward dog.
I have done yoga.
Child's pose.
No, I've done yoga. I've done child's pose. I have done yoga.
Have you
Who
tried
has
the
done yoga in this room? Raise your hand.
Boom, me.
All right.
Wait, that
Three
was
of- three out of
of us
five.
out of 5.
I did.
Actually, I wanted to start.
I'm
when I
surprised
start
you haven't.
working out again. I'm going to
We
start doing
should
yoga.
all 5 of us go do yoga class.
Let's do it. At a brewery so we can have beer afterwards. 'Cause they do
No,
that.
I wanna do-
half full has yoga.
I'm
class.
not going to Stanford.
I
want
want to do the one that has like
New
the-
England does it,
I
too.
want to do
Does
the
he-
yoga that has the goats that like jump on you and stuff. What?
They
You never
climb-
seen that?
They climb trees and too and shit.
Yeah, you never seen those?
Goats.
They're like you do yoga,
Yes,
See that?
of course they
They're
do.
just like up in a tree.
Yeah,
How
dude,
do-
goats
did you-
have crazy balance.
but they
It's
do.
Unreal.
There's like yoga
Tune in
sessions
next
with
week
like
for
baby
more goat
goats.
facts.
And they
Unreal.
jump up on your back when you're like doing like jog
like,
poses.
it's baby goats though.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
make
tiny.
that
They're-
aware
yeah, they're
that
tiny.
it's,
They're
it's not like
obligated.
fucking really ass,
They're-
heavy, ugly ass goats.
I feel like they can't get down once
they're
they're up in the
obligated
tree.
No,
by
they jump.
no,
and
they
kick
do.
their
They
heels.
do to get down.
It's fucking
They
adorable.
get down.
They're obligated to
It's
genetics to jump on your back.
adorable is the word to use on that one.
It's built into their DNA.
Yeah,
They see somebody doing yoga, they jump on
they
their
have to jump on you.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the fainting ones?
Yeah.
Those
Yo,
are fucking
yep.
hilarious.
I did P90X
Have you seen
for
the scre-
like
Have you seen the
50
screaming
days.
ones?
50
Yeah,
days.
I
you did
stopped.
50 to
I didn't
90?
go to 90. I stopped at 50, but I did the yoga, and that was
I made it to 88, and I was like, "Fuck this shit."
That was one of the hardest days was yoga day.
I honestly did.
Sweat my
love
fucking balls. It was great though. I felt so good back then when I did it.
I
should do it
honestly
again.
did 2 episodes of P90X and decided that if you can do P90X, you don't need to do P90X.
Well, it's meant for people who aren't us.
yeah, apparently.
You're supposed to be in shape when you do it.
I
No.
No, you're supposed to bring you to the next level. You're already in
Hey,
shape.
you wanted something wild?
Yes.
One of the P90X, the original one.
As I have a cupcake in front of me.
The one of the guests
Yeah.
was like a hardcore porn star.
Nice.
The dude from Super Troopers is in it.
Yeah, he is. He's got
Rabbit.
one leg.
He's got one leg.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
He's doing
from
P90X
Super
with one leg.
Troopers?
that's Rabbit.
That's the guy. That's Rabbit.
Oh, yes. Now it makes sense. Oh, my God. It's all coming together. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's wild. Hardcore
didn't know
porn.
And Tony
Super
Horton.
Troopers.
Tony
Tony
Horton
Horton.
is from
Tony
Trumbull.
Horny. Yes.
Trumbull? I don't
Trumbull,
know that.
Connecticut. Trumbull, Connecticut? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Or Fairfield.
Fun
Somewhere
fact.
around there.
Trumbull.
Fun
Your
fact.
FF for the day.
For some reason, if you're from Trumbull, Connecticut, you can't drive. You can't.
That's
if you're
pretty
from,
prejudiced.
and what makes it worse is the town of Trumbull gives you a little oak leaf sticker to put on the back of your car.
So they know that you're from
No, so
Fairfield.
people like me that
Trumbull, sorry.
are in on the scoop that you don't know how to fucking drive see you
Can
coming
avoid
from a
you.
mile away. Oh yeah, I steer away from those people. Anyways,
Do you
that's
keep that
Trumbull,
sticker in the
Connecticut.
back of your car?
No, I don't. I live here in Shelton, Connecticut.
All right.
Yeah,
Shelltown.
Just
on
wanted to make sure.
the border of the valley.
I think I'm gonna move.
Here?
No, well, I could if you have a spare bedroom.
Yeah, but the problem is Jay takes
It's
it
the
once a
bathroom that
week.
you just clogged up a couple minutes
I didn't
ago.
clog it. I took a piss.
You said
mean a shit?
you said you want to move?
No, I think I'm gonna move to Sheldon this year.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
What's
Low taxes.
let's get into taxes?
Taxes here? This house?
Yeah.
Not bad. $6,000.
Huh, not bad.
Shelton's great
Two-
because
2.5 acres.
Cinto pays all the taxes in Shelton. They're lower here than they are in any town. anywhere near here.
Yeah, but you get a lot of that stuff too. I don't know if you noticed the washboard you drove down to get.
What?
The unpaved
Oh, yeah.
road.
Have you driven up Soundview? And then down this road that
Yeah.
we won't name
Yeah, but
to not give people
Oh,
too
here's
much
the
clues.
exact address for where we are right now. Come take these $30 microphones from us.
fuck a what?
Well, boys, I think
yeah.
that's a close.
No,
Yeah.
I got one more topic that I wanted to bring up.
What do you wanna bring up?
shit.
Dave, I need you to play some Hall Notes.
Can you open the single cut?
Are we doing? We're doing a little.
No, fucking give us another beer. We have plenty of cups.
I want
Right,
to
don't play it
taste
yet.
that single cut.
We're
Open
gonna
it.
get another beer.
Yeah, let's get some beer going.
There's thousands of cups, man.
Is that yours?
Do you want another one? Was this?
No,
that
I
was
think
your
that
cup. That one's clean too, man. That stem glass is right there.
Whose thistle is
I
it?
can't believe I
Should be
forgot to
into
bring this
stem
up.
glass.
That is yours.
I'm gonna turn this so nobody can
No,
see
that's
it
mine.
until I get beers for everybody, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah,
All right, what do
get
you
us
want?
beers.
I want
Can
to
we
try that
guess
single cut.
what you're going to talk about?
No. Oh yes, you should try to guess.
Guessing we. All right, you already told me to play
Hall and Oates.
some shit, so I know it's adult.
It's porno.
It's either porn or Coke related. If it's Hall and Oates.
Single cut.
Shout out to Dan.
I'm not drinking full ones.
We
we're
just drank
pouring
fucking
sandy.
12 beers, and you want me to drink a full 16 ounce of single cut?
It's called the heavy drinking podcast.
It's called the heavy fucking I'm not gonna make it home podcast.
Oh,
Come on.
We actually talked about that with Jim Lepresti when he was on here. He's like, yeah, you put this in like the most remote, like hard to find place, make us drink, and then find
Oh, yeah.
our way home.
I should compliment. Not a compliment. I should criticize the drive here. I had to hard stop for every fucking turn because my GPS didn't even know where the fuck I was. It was like fucking facing east the whole time, and it was like it looked like I was drifting up your road. It was like, where the fuck am I? Oh, take a left. Oh shit.
And then when you pulled up, some asshole was just stopped in the
and
middle
his
of the
name was
road.
fucking Jay.
I was just stopped at the end of your driveway.
Single
Why?
cut?
I
Are
was on
these
the-
stickers or what the fuck are these?
Yeah, but they're embossed.
Yeah, it's like an
Boss.
embossed
It feels like
label.
it feels like a.
Is this an actual label?
Yeah.
No way. It doesn't even peel off. Does it peel off the can?
Yes, it does.
It feels so weird.
I gotta say,
should
before we
listen
get
to
into
our
the
interview
beer,
with him.
when I went to go let Jack out, I noticed that John brought the actual Armada delivery truck.
I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Save on that gas money.
hardcore.
Well, I mean, this is a business expense.
Oh wow! This whole label actually
All the
comes off.
deductions have
Look at that
changed
die
this year,
cut.
though.
They actually have that little
Yeah, it's
crown
really
thing
cool.
at the top. Die cut. Sorry, single cut. I just tore up your can just to see what the label was like. I didn't believe.
No,
Sure.
that's actually one of the things I was talking to him about when he called in. How I like the can.
They called in or they came here.
The general manager called.
Dan called
Yeah.
in, and we had him on the phone for like 40
Dude,
minutes.
their beer is fucking solid.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
fucking
it's all
crushing
good.
it. I love it. The
all
fact
good.
that we can get it out
This
here.
is
too
Are
is
You
fucking
Ready,
badass.
Steve? What song is that?
And honestly, and Dan was such a cool dude, like so chill,
Down to
so
earth,
laid back. Yeah, just a good interview.
Yeah. We were talking about beers. We were talking
I
about
will
tunes.
have to one day listen to that. I listen to my podcast way too fast, so maybe I don't know who the fuck's talking when they're talking.
Some shit in there.
Yeah, let's in there.
Hey, we all have shit in our shit. Don't fucking bitch about it.
No, it happens.
Not
Yeah.
bitching. It's just an observation.
It's
I don't
a
have anything
snobservation. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No, it's just an observation.
Snobservation.
I don't care.
All right, so
cheer-
while
cheer-
we're drinking the Are You
cheers.
Ready?
Hey,
Steve?
cheers to Johnny.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Thank
Johnny.
you.
Thanks for
Yeah.
bringing us your
It's
beers,
been a
man.
great
That was fucking
Delicious
awesome.
fucking
It's so good.
beers. And just
I'll just go
Thank
fuck
you,
myself.
Scott, for supplying us with this.
I'm crushing your cans underfoot because Paulo knocked them on the floor.
Oh, don't do that. We need a picture still.
Hey, hit me with some Hall Notes real quick.
Oh yeah.
This is where Jeff gets hard.
This is officially the adult segment
I can't jerk off without listening to this song, though.
Oh, it's
where we
the
talk
adult-
about interesting things in pornography, and we kind of touched earlier on it quick, but it wasn't the real adult. This is amazing, guys.
Can I just tell you guys a secret real quick before you get into this?
I love when you do this.
The other day, I was about to take a shower. And I was thinking about jerking off.
Yep.
And I kind of started. And I realized I was listening to the podcast in the background.
So you were jerking off.
jerking
to
off
your
to our
voice.
Jerking off to Jay's voice. He was
Our
like,
voices.
"Oh yeah, oh yeah."
So I stopped.
How long did it go on for?
I stopped and went in the shower.
To cleanse yourself?
I was going to take a shower anyways.
All right. So
But
I'm
did
gonna-
you-
I
but
have to
That's
did you
say-
usually what I
finish?
do. I usually masturbate and then cry in the shower.
So the headline, this is on the Daily Mail UK website. Tantric Osaurus, eccentric who played Barney the dinosaur, is now a sex guru who boasts of romping with clients without a condom.
Nice.
I knew I kept I kept my
Raw
daughter
dog.
from ever
Barney's, that's it. Barney's
realizing
Clean up, everybody. Wipe your cum off.
was that a rendition of a Barney song?
Yeah.
That was a. You never watched Barney, dude?
No.
I mean, I never have.
And that
that.
was
I just see Barney.
Right.
I
Someone show this guy the
successfully kept my daughter from ever knowing that he existed until she wouldn't be interested. And when she finally saw it, she was like, "What the fuck is this?" I don't care.
My daughter likes
this
Barney.
shit.
One of the greatest accomplishments as a parent was that my daughter didn't watch Barney, and I didn't have to suffer through it. I had to suffer through Dora, who couldn't fucking like follow a goddamn map.
Isn't she pregnant now?
Dora was awesome, man.
No, he
Where
was
do
good.
we put the Swipey? Where did you put my map?
Yeah.
I keep seeing
Fucking right there.
I keep seeing pictures of her pregnant on Instagram. I don't know what the joke is.
He's talking about the Dora porn sites he's visiting.
No, she's still animated.
Did anybody ever notice?
Exactly.
Anybody ever notice how Backpack is a pothead?
I don't know who Backpack
And
is.
Yeah.
Swipey is a fucking crackhead.
Swipey is a crackhead.
Swipey, no swiping. Hi.
Tinky
Yeah.
Winky died this week.
So here's the highlights.
He did.
Here's the
From
highlights
Teletubbies.
from this story. David Joyner, 54, played the Purple Dinosaur between 91 and 2001. It's 10 years of being a Purple Dinosaur
Damn.
on the hit PBS show. Today, he is a tantric sex guru who promises to unite his client's mind, body, and spirit through tantric massage and sex. He
With that
insists,
Barney dick.
he insists
Get some
there
of
are
that Barney
similarities
dick, boy.
than
Wait
one
a
might
minute.
suspect, and he may
Want
even,
some of that purple dick? You ever heard of blue balls? I got purple balls.
he says he even
The
uses
purple-
tantric training
the
to
purple
survive
crayon's always
the
pointing.
120-degree heat inside his T-Rex costume. So he was dancing around with kids doing sex guru shit.
But wait a minute. If he
You want
started,
someone
to-
he started
wait.
in 91. So that means like some of the kids that were watching were born in like 86, which means he could be like, you could be a woman going to take this tantric thing and getting fucked by Barney right now.
Yes.
A fellow tantric guru and sex therapist condemned his shady practices. As one expert put it, even porn stars wear condoms. He thinks the condoms block the energy, which I completely agree.
I
The energy.
Yeah.
100%
That is
agree.
the best. That is the oh
I
my
100%
God.
agree with Barney.
It blocks the energy, amongst other things.
That is the best explanation for that I could possibly. How
Yo,
have I not thought of
I
that?
got
It
that
blocks
super
the
energy dick, bro. That purple energy dick. We call it Gatorade Frost.
I just keep on thinking of Mortal Kombat when the sensei guy does that hand thing and he shoots a laser. And I just picture like a condom, like the laser just filling up.
Barney
with
dick.
Raiden.
Barney dick shooting
Yeah.
at you. Harukin.
The energy I brought up while in the costume is based on the foundation of Tantra, which is love. Everything stems, grows, and evolves from love. He was doing
He's doing that in the costume?
sex guru shit, dancing with our kids.
That's disgusting.
Oh.
But he's not like a child molester. He never did anything with kids. He's saying he just loves. It's a part of Tantra. It's love.
I feel
If
like
there was
all
cum on the
Barney
inside of
shows-
that suit, he's still a child molester.
Probably.
I feel like all those Barney episodes were like super.
It made me uncomfortable. I'll be honest.
I mean, I watched them as a kid. I'm 31. Wait, I'm 31 now. Holy shit, I'm fucking old.
You're 31?
Baby.
Yeah, you're
Wow,
even
you're
older.
the youngest
you
person
fucking
there.
old
Yes,
fart.
we're all much
But
older.
We're all older than you.
We all are.
this guy's old farts. But anyways, yeah. Like now I think
Season.
about it, like that fucking shit with Barney. Now I think about it, it's pretty creepy when you watch it as a 31-year-old. And my daughter will probably never watch it.
Yeah, see? I rescued you.
Man, I mean, in retrospect, Pee Wee Herman kind of got a bad rap. He did.
Pee Wee Herman did less than Louis C.K.
He just whacked off in a movie theater
by himself.
by himself.
You know what? I don't know the whole
And his-
full story
his
on
show
Louis
was
C.K.,
awesome.
but I feel like Louis C.K.'s been dropping jokes on that shit forever.
Of course he has.
He basically made episodes of his show
TV
on
show
FX
about how much of a
exactly what he
terrible
was doing,
person he was.
right?
about his
How
behavior.
awful of a person he was.
yeah.
But that's fine with
Where
me.
he did get aggressive with a friend.
I still think he's the funniest person.
He did
on
that in
the
an
planet.
episode. It was
He's fucking hysterical.
I don't
Yeah.
like.
Does not change how funny you are.
Yeah, no, I don't think he should
Dude,
stop doing comedy. just 'cause of
Honestly,
this.
his show was one of the best TV shows I've ever seen. It was
Wait,
it was
Lucky Louie or Louie?
Louie.
Or it was Lucky. Yeah, there was Louie and Lucky Louie.
Yeah,
Whatever.
on FX.
Yeah.
It was just like it wasn't
was
a
him
comedy
with his
show.
daughter.
no, it wasn't a comedy show.
Dude, I connected so
It was
much
funny,
with the father
often.
shit with him, and like that one episode where he takes them to see like their racist grandmother
Oh, yeah,
in like,
that
the
was great.
woods,
Oh,
and
God.
the scene where they're driving in the car and he's just like singing in their faces from the front seat. I do that to my daughter. I was like, I thought that was so funny to me.
What was he singing? Was it Guns N' Roses?
It wasn't Guns N' Roses.
That
Some
was
kind of classic rock. Like
that was
though.
Step Brothers, right? Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
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 But then the nuts, the grandmother.
Yeah.
So
great.
does anyone here actually know what he did?
He
Yeah.
masturbated in front of random chicks.
Well,
like
they weren't
multiple
random.
women chicks.
They weren't
I don't
random.
know.
Well, they were comedians.
I
Well,
don't
they
know
were
the whole
working
story.
for him. That was why
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
problem.
He was. Oh, whoa!
Yeah, yeah.
They were working for him in
Like
what
on
way?
a
As
show
writing,
or
writing,
writers
oh,
or
writers.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Especially, I mean, like I feel like. I mean, this is a really touchy subject we're getting.
No,
into.
it's not.
It's
Nothing.
good.
We've covered it.
We touch on it
every
every
Touch
fucking-
on it.
Yeah.
Touch me.
No, I just feel like it's a very touchy subject because, like, you know, I feel for. I feel like, personally, I feel for all the women who've like been sexually assaulted or have that type of situation. But I also feel like the media is bringing up parts of it that maybe shouldn't be touched upon. But also, I feel like they're making examples of people that maybe didn't do as bad of a job. I watch a lot of that true crime and listen to those true crime things of like innocent people who are like shown guilty. So it's like I feel like maybe they're just making a bigger deal out of something that was really tiny that could have been bigger. But I don't know if it's for everybody. I mean, the Harvey Weinstein thing is serious because I mean,
Harvey
he was literally
Weinstein
having
is
people
not
suck
on
his
the
dick
same
for
level
the job.
He was
as
jerking off
you
into
know-
potted
Louis
plants.
You know, yeah. Harvey Weinstein was a fucking, you know,
He's
doing his own
Harvey
thing.
Weinstein is a rapist.
Exactly.
Louis C.K.
He's
jerked
on a
off
di-
in front of some people, and
Yeah, not the same.
and also one of them was on the phone. Like he did it on the phone while the chick was on the phone.
So I don't know.
So, like-
I'm completely ignorant to
But-
this situation. I don't know much about it. So like,
But in the
what you're
new-
telling me is kind of what I'm basing this conversation on. So
But in the new Dave Chappelle special, he's literally talking about it, and he's like, "Bet you don't know how to hang up a phone." Like, you know?
Yeah, Louis shouldn't have done those things, but it's not
Absolutely,
rape.
you
It's
know,
not
yeah.
equivalent to rape.
yeah, I feel like, you know, women who have seriously been sexually assaulted, they know I feel for them. You know, I have a daughter, so like it touches me on a different subject, but I don't know
touch you on a
everything, but I
different
feel
subject.
like yeah, totally. But I feel like there's certain things like I just feel like as a young consumer of social media, whatever, we're fed all this information that we don't know all the details to, and we're meant to believe this truth that's not maybe really be true. So I don't know. Like I don't know Louis. I don't know fucking Aziz Ansari. I don't know half those guys. But hey,
I'm just saying, like, it's fine for Netflix to take his specials down. It's fine for them to
I don't even
cancel
think
his
they
shit.
did
It's
they?
fine for them to. It's fine for FX to cancel their relationship with him. They're corporations that need to do what's in their best interest. But I don't think Louis should retire from doing stand up.
I don't think he will.
He did already.
did he?
He said he's taking time off.
Well,
That's what he said.
He's gonna write jokes
He said,
about
"I'm going
it
to
now."
reflect. I'm going to take time to listen and reflect." Is what he said.
but he's like, there was no like.
Even
end
Tom
point
Segura,
on
I
that.
just saw on
Tom Segura's getting in
Netflix.
a lot of trouble
today. I saw.
Dude, Tom's getting fucking
He's
heated
getting
on.
he's getting a lot.
But I
of
saw an
Getting
interview on.
rained on
on,
by Louisiana. Was it Louisiana?
It was Louisiana, but
Oh my
but
God.
so it started with the Louisiana thing, but now it's changed to the because he said retard.
But he was on Joe Rogan's podcast
Yeah.
recently.
He's
And he-
always on Joe Rogan's
Yeah. But he
podcast.
said like, I think he thinks Louis will be back in a year
I hope he is.
and he'll recover.
You know, I think
Tom Segura's a funny dude.
he said
Tom
it
Segura's
was
fucking
wrong what he did.
I don't
but
think
he'll recover
Louis.
from this.
I don't think Louis. Oh, God, I'll probably be crucified for this one day. I don't think Louis.
No one's gonna hear it.
Yeah, yeah, not as big.
We're
of a
very
crowd.
famous.
I don't think Louis' problems were as serious as like someone as like Harvey Weinstein.
No, and nobody
I
thinks
don't,
that
I,
they
I
are.
don't-
Not at all.
I feel like like look at I can't even say his name because I'll have to drink a shot. But look at our motherfucker.
He's the fucking president, and he's done worse shit than
and I feel
fucking.
like
You
he's
said
done
his
wor-
name
I
like
feel like
5
he's
times.
I feel like
You
he's
would
done
have
worse than
done
what
the
like
shot if
Louis
you were
done.
going to force it.
But like these motherfuckers voted him as president. So
yeah. So why are we?
I'm also drunk at this point. So who knows where my opinion matters.
Yes, we are.
Listen, I didn't vote for him.
I'm not allowed to vote because I'm a felon.
What'd you do? Fucking smuggle coke?
No,
up
he's
your
just
butt?
Canadian.
He's
Another
Canadian.
country.
He's from
He's
Canada.
Canadian.
Yeah,
You're not bringing. Hey, you're not gonna bring like your like.
Go
crazy-
back to the North
Your crazy
Wall.
half uncle here or anything, are you?
Go back with Santa
have
Claus,
any-
you fucking elf, with
don't
your
have
long
any
ass
uncles.
beard.
What's the chain migration situation going on with?
I don't think anybody's really coming here.
No, right?
No,
No Canadians are coming here.
people in Canada really like Canada a lot.
I really like Canada.
And they really don't like America very much.
Yeah.
They're not coming here.
Well, hey man, before we get any deeper or end anything, I wanna, because I've been trying to take the whole podcast to think of a way of saying this, and again be genuine
You're
about it.
fired. Get out of here, all you motherfuckers.
So
Take your shit.
So
Get
I
out of
think
my
I
house.
think I've come up with a good line. So
Right.
I want to repeat each one of these beers stands on its own. And I also want to say that
You're gay.
yeah. And I kind of forgot the second part of that. Oh, yeah. If you're not, if these beers aren't held on the same plateau as some of the other amazing beers out there in the next coming months, then if you don't personally do it, you're fucking up.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I
No,
think.
seriously. Like, I've been lucky enough to jump into IPAs when there's been some fucking amazing shit out there already, and I'm lucky enough to know a bunch of dudes that have been doing it for a long time and could weed me out the bullshit. So I've been lucky enough to jump right in on like Treehouse and Single Cut.
Yeah,
and
the good stuff.
I'm telling you, these are right up there with like the best that I've had, and
And
I've been shepherded into the best of the best.
And that
so.
Imperial Stout is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was really good. The Knight's Executioner, actually, I really like too. I still have a couple of them at home that I'm like saving.
Drain
like, I'm
pours.
just-
Yeah.
If you consider yourself a true beer geek and a kind of like a fanatic,
You want that sticky icky?
yeah.
Not
Yo,
one of these.
I got the dankest
You
dankest shit in the
need-
fucking whole town.
Not one of these beers fell short of just
Yeah.
being
Thank you,
a
guys.
top-notch beer.
Mouthfeel's
Really, to be honest.
perfect. Dankness, everything's real nice and
No.
juicy.
I think the hardest part about this episode is going to be naming it. 'Cause normally we name the episode after the beer that we try.
We're just gonna call
Armada.
it.
I'm just
yeah,
going
we're
to call this
gonna
one
name it
Armada
after-
because
yeah.
like I can't pick one to like be the forefront.
but
Call
that
it
but that
3
was
hours of bullshit. And is that what you should?
no,
put
that's in the description.
I think we should. I think we should pay homage to both where the name came from. We'll call it Storm the Armada.
no. Do you want to get sued?
That's no, it's
Yes.
it's fucking,
Yes.
it's Johnny, but it's
I mean, you guys can call the episode whatever the fuck you want. I'm not in control of.
that's what he
your
says
destiny
in Welcome
is.
Home.
I think it should be called the Armada
In
It's
because it
Scar
was the Armada.
Oh, Scar the Armada, yeah. What's the whole line? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was me trying to.
Scar the Armada. No, Scar the Armada sounds bad.
Scar the Armada. No, just call it the
I don't like them.
Just
Call
call
it
it
whatever.
Armada.
Armada.
Just
Armada.
fucking simple.
Armada.
Claudio
Armada.
Sanchez annoys me.
Why?
I hate his voice.
Oh,
It's
God.
like the
You're
newer
just jealous
version
that you
of
can't.
Rush.
You just can't. You have a long enough beard as him. Maybe you have hair underneath that hat.
I'm from
Is
Canada,
he's-
so a beard.
He's Canadian.
guy that-
Canadian.
I'm Canadian, so a guy that sounds like Geddy Lee to me is not impressive. Geddy Lee's impressive.
I just like that he says Connecticut in one of their songs too.
Does he really?
In
Really?
off Silent Planet or whatever, not Silent Planet.
You want to know what?
That's a
I know
good
a
band.
lot of.
That's a great
I know
band.
I know a lot of Coheed songs, but I couldn't tell you what the name of the songs are.
Over
or-
and out Connecticut.
He probably did that when he was live here, and you probably thought
No, it's on the album.
I'm
In Keeping
kidding.
Secrets of In Keeping Secrets album. Of Planet.
Every band does that for every town they go into.
Good night, Springton. There will
You
be no
had your
encore.
back turned as you faded away at the end of Monday.
Actually, you actually do really good impression.
I hate
Claudio.
it. It's making me want to
Claudio,
punch you.
Claudio,
What I
Claudio.
thought of you.
Okay, anyway.
I quit.
Somebody wants to end this podcast soon. Everyone's like, I want
That's
to
a
go.
good song.
I want to go to sleep and jerk off. Just leave me alone.
I have to go to work,
I gotta.
and then I got to go to a party.
I can't wait to know what the
And then I'm
time
gonna
frame
go
is.
to
We're
fucking
gonna
Armada,
be
but you're
the
not gonna be there.
longest fucking episode ever.
This probably is already.
I think so.
That was your goal, Johnny.
That was my goal. I said, coming tonight, guys. We're gonna fucking drink a lot of beer.
I think
Make the
we've done it. I
longest
think this is going to be the
episode.
longest one.
I want to finish this song. I want to finish this.
And if someone beats us, we're gonna make it even longer.
Yeah, we'll make a longer one.
Oh, Joe Rogan's are like.
I kind of want to finish the podcast with Mr. Rogers. It's a good feeling, but I don't remember how to sing it anymore.
What? It's a good feeling.
Yeah, the end of Mr. Rogers.
I
yeah.
feel like we should throw in some I don't know.
I didn't know there was a different song
Taking
for the
Back
end than there was
Sunday?
at the beginning.
Yeah, there's a song for the end.
Jay's like, no, dude.
Let's go out
I like
on.
everything.
She called me on the phone and she touched herself. Let's go out on that one. 'Cause we're all gonna go home and jerk off.
It's
You
say
never heard us
anything.
say anything.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, say anything.
If you heard it, you'd know it.
Listen, thank you for listening to the podcast. Johnny from Armada, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
You're
very much.
welcome
Yes,
back
Johnny.
whenever you want. Doug Henry, fucking amazing. That
Fucking
called in.
tearing it up at the X Games tomorrow.
Good
Call
luck
me
tomorrow.
on the phone and she touched herself. She touched herself.
Sing it, Johnny. Sing us out, baby.
She touched herself.
This is a great time
Call
to
me
mention
on the
that
phone
if you
and she
need to
touched
have a ride home, use
Like we do.
use the lift code heavy18 and you get $20
Off your
credits.
first 4
Our
rides.
first 4 rides.
Yes.
Flying
Yes.
cornhole.
If
Cornhole
you're
boards
gonna do
coming up.
anything with your cornhole, make it fly.
I
Flying
just wanna
cornhole,
fly.
custom cornhole boards out of Fairfield, Connecticut. Awesome dudes, check them out. Lift heavy 18, make a new account, get $20.
Yo.
We've been heavy, we've been drinking.
Johnny Farmado's gonna sing us out.
Satan.
Ciao.